May go Vanin, everybody. Welcome to another stream. Welcome. We're going to be jumping into some Genshin tonight. Our goal is to get everything that I want to have done before Natlan done tonight. And then this Saturday, we will hopefully finish up in Final Fantasy so that next week we can just be ready for the Natlan expansion in Genshin. That is the plan. So we are going to do that. But yeah, at least we beat Based on Trail yesterday. I didn't think I would be streaming again so soon, but after looking at my schedule before leaving for work this morning, I was like, oh, well, look at that. It's actually kind of makes sense for me to like stream today because I can't do it tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday. So I was like, yeah, so might as well do Genshin today and then do Final Fantasy on Saturday. So that's what we're doing. So in that vein, let's go get started without further ado. Alrighty. It's also kind of perfect because I was watching earlier today through Kaiden's channel. I was watching the Gamescom, and they actually had a Genshin trailer for Natlan earlier today, which was funny to me because I'm like, well, they just did their own Genshin event thing to announce the expansion, but they're trying to get that marketing going, so I get it, especially with their updates. They really want to tell everyone about those for obvious reasons. Also, hello, Scar. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. How are you? Welcome in. Alrighty. Overflowing mastery, which I don't really need to do. Okay. Let's claim that. Alright. Claim my mail. What did I just do? Oh, that's what I did. Oh, hey! It's Farazan's birthday. Look at that. I'm okay. What about you? I'm pretty good. Just getting some relaxation in with some Genshin. We're gonna see if we can get everything we want to have done before Natlan drops next week done tonight, which is pretty much at least the new character story quest at minimum. And at max, by some miracle, it's not gonna happen, but maybe both the world quests I have still to do, but I highly doubt that's gonna happen, knowing world quests in this game. But yeah. Alright. For the past few days, quite some students from the academia have been approaching me to say happy birthday. Regardless of their academic prowess, they certainly exhibit a commendable attitude toward their elders. Indeed, I am quite pleased seeing these well-behaved young people. Naturally reminds me of you. Have you recently tackled any new mechanics or puzzles? Or are you heading to Natlan soon? Whenever you go, remember you have my personal endorsement. Your skills and talents are rather exceptional, so I have great confidence in you. However, much like in research, planning ahead in your adventures is always beneficial. I recall there are many ancient texts that document the remnant of the secret source. Remnants of the secret source in Natlan. So I have compiled the key points into this book for you. Take a look and feel free to ask me if you have any questions. Just address me as Farzan. That'll be more than. Oh my gosh. Sounds like a Farzan moment. All right. Nice. All right. I love Navia. All right. Anyway, so we are going to do this, I think, right? Is that the story quest or the character quest? I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Because those are the both two world quests I have. Okay, yep. So this is our priority right here. So we have to go to, wow, Sumeru. Okay, I was not expecting that. Well, time to yet again switch Klee's outfit and switch my team to my Sumeru team. Activating oh, nope, not my in-progress Archon team. I need my Sumeru team. There we go. Okay. Let's go to Port Ormos. Haven't been here in a while. Someone did like a metal cover on YouTube of like the Port Ormos, one of the Port Ormos themes, and it was like really good. I remember listening to that non-stop, like not long before Fontaine came out. I think last time I did a big quest over here was when we had the mushroom event, like the fungi tournament. Also, Tignari?
I thought I told him to spray it with water to retain moisture before applying the film. You can't treat a glaze lily like a cactus. If Sanjay does this again, the loss will have to come out of his food expenses.
I'll go talk to him. At this rate, he won't even be able to afford eating cacti for much longer.
Oh no.
Hey, Tighnari!
Oh, this music. This is the music I was talking about.
It's you two. It's been a while. What brings you to Port Ormos?
We didn't have anything to do, and this place looked pretty lively, so we decided to stop by. But, what's with all the flowers around here?
Well, Port Ormos is currently organizing a flower exhibition featuring flowers and plants from all over Teyvat, so I came to help out.
This seems
The
fitting.
exhibition includes flowers from every corner of the world, each with their own unique properties and needs. With that in mind, the curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar capable of retaining heat and moisture. Even so, an expert is still required to develop tailored transportation and care plans for each type of flower.
Oh, and that expert is you, right?
Not this time, no. I'm just here to help out.
Oh.
The expert in charge is someone else.
Mr. Tighnari! Sanjay! He confused the poisonous bulbs with garlic shoots, and he ate them!
Oh my gosh.
Never mind. Forget about what I said about the food expenses. Apologies, traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got something to take care of. I'll be back in just a moment.
Oh my gosh.
Tighnari's busy no matter where he is, huh?
Too many people don't do as they're told, apparently.
Yeah, seems like it. Some people just need supervision. Well, looks like Tighnari might be busy for a while. Let's take a look around the port in the meantime.
You could say looking around the ports could be import. And I'm gonna shut up now. Alright. Oh hey, it's really the spot where we did the fungi event.
Wow, look at these flowers!
A lot of flowers.
Huh?
Paimon's just having a massive allergic reaction. Something wrong? You feeling okay? You good?
Paimon's, fine. She's just got a little...
Oh my.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilia's? No wonder.
It's getting worse. Why?
Oh, this is actually funny. Should we... Maybe you're sick. Should we go find Ignari?
But, I was fine just a moment ago. She didn't even eat anything weird.
A moment of your time, you two? If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Incense? Oh, the scent is so nice! Wait!
You can talk normally now.
Whoa, that was fast! Paimon doesn't have to sneeze anymore!
Must have been the incense. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. From your attire, I imagine you two aren't from Sumeru either. Seeing as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we help each other out should the occasion arise.
Oh, so you're here for the flower exhibition too?
Nice censoring game.
I suppose that's accurate. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Emily, a perfumer from Fontaine.
Paimon is Paimon! Thank you so much for your help just now. Oh, and this is...
The Traveler, right? I've heard a lot about you from the Steambird. It's nice to finally put a face to the name.
I've heard a lot about you as well, although I didn't expect to run into you in Sumeru.
What happened back there? Why did Paimon start sneezing all of a sudden?
Have you ever heard of hay fever?
I think so.
To put it simply, when inhaled, certain pollens can trigger abnormal physical reactions.
But Paimon has seen these kinds of flowers before and nothing weird happened then.
Well, we're all different. The factors that can trigger a reaction to certain stimuli vary by person. In isolation, the effects of certain pollens may seem minimal, but inhaling various types at once can trigger a more overt reaction. But there's no need to worry. Pollen allergies can be effectively mitigated with the use of medication.
Oh, well, that's good.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Is everything all right? I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air.
Yeah, Paimon was not having a good time.
Emily? What a coincidence. Looks like my worry was misplaced then. The Traveler and Paimon are in good hands.
It was nothing, really. We happened to run into each other shortly after my arrival, and I offered them a bit of help, that's all. I'm more curious as to why you thought the Traveler and Paimon were in danger. Allergies are highly unpredictable. If you were concerned the pollen might trigger a reaction, that must mean something similar has happened in the past.
Something like that, yeah.
Remember the first time we met? You fainted after inhaling Spirit Borneal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was kind of tied to the storyline at the time, but yeah. Because we were having all those Nahida visions, but yep, it makes sense. Ooh, okay, these actually look like they'd give different reactions. But Paimon was the victim this time.
The Spirit Borneal didn't affect Paimon at all, and now she's the one suffering. It makes no sense.
It's not really something you can make sense out of, Paimon. There are all kinds of allergies out there, caused by a variety of different factors. Some people are even allergic to almonds. It's not something you can generalize.
Exactly. I even encountered a case in Fontaine where someone had an allergic reaction to soba noodles their family brought back from Inazuma.
What?
Whoa. Good thing Paimon isn't allergic to anything delicious.
Yet, Paimon. We haven't found anything yet. Are you a doctor, Emily?
In a manner of speaking, although you could say the patients I deal with are rather unusual.
In addition to medicine, Emily is also very knowledgeable about botany. She's taught me a lot about the native flora around Fontaine.
And that's where my expertise ends, I'm afraid. When it comes to breadth of knowledge, Tighnari certainly comes out on top.
A flower expert? Oh, Paimon's got it! You must be the expert Tighnari mentioned, the one in charge of the exhibition!
Wrong again, I'm afraid.
Uh-oh.
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to inquire about the Auguste variety. I'm not involved in any official capacity.
Oh, Paimon was sure she got it right this time.
The Auguste variety? What's that?
It's a kind of flower that was once popular in Fontaine. The perfume made from it also bears the same name, Auguste.
Auguste, huh? That's not a name you hear often nowadays.
In an ancient language, the word is said to mean sacred or noble. It's sometimes used as a name for people as well. Ah, that reminds me. Are you familiar with a historical event in Fontaine known as Perfume Mania?
Not really.
Perfume Mania was an event that occurred in Fontaine nearly 20 years ago.
Oh?
It all started when several merchants released their own lines of high-end, expensive perfumes, marketing them as must-have luxury products, the very symbol of elegance itself. No one anticipated the absolute frenzy this would create on the market, causing the price of perfumes to skyrocket.
Oh no.
The demand was twofold. What some saw as a status symbol, most saw as a money-making opportunity. You could take advantage of the soaring price by hoarding them and reselling at even higher margins. The value of these products became so inflated, regular bottles of perfume were even going for hundreds of thousands of mora. This resulted in countless disputes and scams.
Oof.
But at the end of the day, perfume is just perfume. The market value greatly exceeded the intrinsic worth of the product, creating an economic bubble that was never going to last. Luckily, the Palais Mermonia recognized the danger and intervened before the craze could truly spread. Many profiteers and scammers were thrown in jail as a result.
Oh.
In the end, only a few wealthy families were affected when the bubble popped.
Huh. That's good. It really could have been a lot worse.
What does all this have to do with that Auguste you mentioned earlier?
Well, during the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste. The demand far exceeded the supply, to the point where it once sold for 10 million mora a bottle.
Oh wow.
10 million? Then what about now?
Paimon, calm down. Calm down.
After the mania ended, most perfumes returned to a normal price. Auguste was the only exception. Its namesake, the flower used to create it, went extinct. As a result, no new bottles of Auguste have been made, and the value of the perfume remains exceedingly high.
The flower went extinct.
Indeed. The Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. It was specially cultivated for use in perfume making.
Oh my.
When the bubble popped, all the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire. The variety has never been seen since.
Oh snap.
But didn't you say you came to the exhibition to look for it?
Ah, yes. I came to investigate a certain rumor that the Auguste flower has reappeared in Sumeru. It's causing quite the stir in the Fontaine perfume market.
Traveler, we should help Emily look for it.
It's just a rumor, Paimon. Certainly, there's no way it could be that easy to find.
I have to agree. Emily wrote me to ask if I could look into the rumor, but the forest rangers haven't received any reports of new plant species recently.
See?
Even if I can locate the flower, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed, Paimon. I don't have any grand mora-making endeavors planned. Divine, noble, one of a kind. All beautiful sentiments to be sure, but to me, they overshadow the very essence of the product. When it comes to perfume, I want people to forget the price and the prestige, and focus on the beauty of the fragrance itself.
Wow, so noble.
Of course, there's also a more practical reason. In recent years, low-grade counterfeit versions of Auguste have been popping up on the Fontaine perfume market. Every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of Auguste, and the rumor mill will start comparing the counterfeits to my own work.
Okay, that's more like the reason Paimon had in mind.
Ever since that rumor started, 3 new perfumes claiming to be made from the Auguste flower have appeared on the market. If I can dispel the fanaticism surrounding Auguste, even just by proving the rumor to be false, Fontaine's perfume market can finally start to get back to normal. Then I'll be free from all the stories and added meaning and just focus on making what I like.
That makes sense.
Well, we could still help you even if it's not for money.
Oh, I would of course be grateful for your help, but I wouldn't want to trouble you.
Well, you said it yourself. We're both travelers from abroad, so it's only right that we help each other out.
I agree.
I suppose you're right. Then you have my thanks.
Based on the information I have so far, it's unclear if the rumor is true. Mr. Edgar also thinks it's too early to say, but you could always go talk to him. He was there all those years ago, after all. Maybe he'll know something.
I was just about to pay him a visit at the hotel.
Oh, perfect.
Edgar? Who's that?
The person you've been trying to guess this whole time. The flower expert in charge of the exhibition. He's also the most respected and experienced perfumer in the area. Back when he was still working in Fontaine, Auguste, was his creation.
I should also mention, he was my teacher, the one who taught me the basics of perfumery when I apprenticed in Sumeru.
So this guy was a famous perfumer in Fontaine, but then he came to Sumeru to teach people from Fontaine? It sounds confusing.
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the hotel.
Oh, that's up there. Okay, you know what? Easy way to get up there. Bink, bink. Teleporting for the win. That was easy.
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel and surrounding buildings. They're being used as temporary storage facilities and lodging for exhibition personnel.
Seems a bit excessive.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they gonna make that Mora back?
Seems like they might have more to burn.
It's been so long, I almost didn't recognize you, Edgar.
Well, you and your brother haven't changed a bit.
Oh, yeah, all this catching up is nice and all, but let's get down to business. We need to talk about Kyria. Is he...
Hold on, we have guests.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emily? Is that you? Oh, it's been years. Look at you. You're all grown up. I've heard you've become quite the famous perfumer in Fontaine. It would seem the student has surpassed the master.
Oh, well, it's all thanks to your mentorship.
Star Wars moment.
Hardly. I taught you the basics. Hearing you call me master, well, I'm not sure I'm deserving of that title. I've taught many students here in Sumeru over the years, but I've yet to see one turn out quite as accomplished as you. You're the only one who can take credit for that success. And who are these two? I don't recall you mentioning them in your letter.
Ah, they're my new friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Edgar.
Emily's friends. Well then, the pleasure is all mine.
And these two gentlemen? Are they friends of yours, Master?
Of course, we're perfume merchants from Fontaine. I'm Ood, and this here is my younger brother, Blaze. Edgar and the two of us are old friends. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
Yes.
That seems
Merchant
suspicious.
brothers?
You must be here to look for the August flower then.
Huh?
Well, what respectable perfume merchant hasn't heard of a goose? Anyone in the business would be interested in the rumors.
I'm guessing you're here for the same reason, Emily. We were just about to get into it, so you three might as well join in. I commissioned a few eremites to do some scouting for me.
Uh-oh.
They searched all over Sumeru, but there were no sightings of the August flower. That being said, there are people in Port Ormos who claim to have smelled a unique fragrance on the streets. Definitely floral, but still distinct. Some of them were merchants who lived in Fontaine 20 years ago. According to them, the fragrance smelled exactly like the Auguste they remember from back then. A one-of-a-kind, divine, and noble scent.
Maybe someone around here just happens to have a bottle of August from back then.
True.
No, I don't think so. I doubt that's the case. Even if someone had a bottle that was never opened, the fragrance of the perfume would have changed over time. Very few perfumes can go decades without a change in scent. Auguste is even more prone to that kind of shift. Only a few bottles still exist in Fontaine, and their scent would have completely degraded by now.
Oof.
Although, could there be a flower out there with a similar fragrance? Or in accord with the same base notes?
Impossible! If a goose were that easy to replicate, it would never have sold for such a high price all those years ago. The Auguste flower is back, It has to be.
Technically speaking, the scent wouldn't be impossible to imitate.
Well, let's table that question for now. Edgar, did any of those people mention where the scent was coming from?
No. By the time they realized they had smelled something, the scent was already gone. If I hadn't asked about it, they probably wouldn't have given the experience a second thought. Compared to things we see and hear, smells can be much easier to overlook.
It almost sounds like someone wearing the Auguste fragrance passed them on the street.
Wait, are you saying...
Just thinking out loud. Don't pay me any mind.
We don't have much to go off of right now, but we can't rule out that possibility. I'll send some more people to investigate.
I don't know if I trust these guys.
You all traveled so far to be here. Why don't you rest in the hotel for a bit? Oud, Blaze, this is the key to your room.
Ooh, you've got the keys to the rooms? Do we get free lodging too?
My apologies. All the rooms in the hotel are accounted for, I'm afraid. Most are being used for storage ahead of the exhibition, you see.
I see.
I managed to tidy up one of the rooms for these two at the last minute, but by the time Emily wrote to me, there was no more space left for her to stay.
Oh, and we just showed up out of the blue. Guess that means there's definitely no space for us.
I should have been more considerate. Here I am with an entire hotel at my disposal and no place to offer you to stay, even after you made the trip all the way to Sumeru.
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the opportunity to collect some plant specimens while I'm here in Sumeru.
I'm familiar with the Sumeru wilderness. I could come too.
Ah, even better. Although, would it be possible for me to leave some of my luggage here? It would be rather cumbersome to take it camping. It shouldn't take up too much space.
Well, about that.
Seems like Edgar and the others don't want anyone staying near the hotel, but they're also trying not to arouse suspicion. I'm not just imagining things, am I?
Of course, no trouble at all. My brother and I will keep an eye on them for you, as long as you don't mind, mademoiselle.
All right, then. Oud, why don't you take Emily inside and find a suitable place for her luggage? I'll prepare some refreshments and join you in a bit.
Suspicious. Oh, we can actually go in this hotel for once, though.
I'm sorry I couldn't offer you a room.
It's all right, Master. I know it was sudden.
I'll be sure to make it up to you with a nice cup of tea.
Smallest hotel ever. I like the look of this place, though. Stand displays flowers from various nations. Looking at the flower pot in the middle, the soil seems to have been disturbed recently. Why does it say enter the hotel? I did enter the hotel. Was something supposed to happen? Oh. That was weird. Enter the hotel. Oh, that wasn't the right place. Ah. Well, I guess I investigated that thing early. Oops. That would explain the confusion there.
Whoa, the smell of flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around here? There's still so many flowers. Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers. Looks like this exhibition is gonna be huge.
All perfumers have houses filled with flowers?
No, that's a florist thing. We work closely with the essential oils of various plants. But to maintain a sharp sense of smell, most perfumers prefer to keep their homes free of strong odors.
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
What's behind that door?
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite, and my brother will be staying on the other side of the suite. Blaze, while you're out, why don't you bring our luggage over as well?
Dun, 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 dun.
Wow.
Blaze!
Yes, of course.
Wow, Mr.
All right, then.
Oblivious over here.
Where can we find your luggage, mademoiselle? Blaze will go fetch it for you.
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Fontaine. Could I trouble you to bring that back as well? It would be the perfect way to repay you for your hospitality.
How generous. I should thank you on my brother's behalf. You stumbled upon his weakness. He's aloof about most things, but alcohol is his one true love.
Wow.
Is that so?
Amber wine. Now that's a Fontaine speciality I've never heard of before.
Mr. Ood, Mr. Blaze, thanks for...
Hey! What are you doing?
That's Master's voice.
Quick, let's go see what's going on. Oh boy. We have a problem. He's been kidnapped, hasn't he? It's too late, isn't it? You rush outside the hotel, you detect a unique fragrance coming from outside.
Edgar!
Master!
Hey, Edgar. Are you all right? Can you hear me?
Who did this?
Kyria. August.
Oh, snap.
Kyria.
Hey, Edgar? Edgar!
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can...
We'll investigate the scene.
Oh, thank you.
Detective Paimon is on. Oh no, not Detective Paimon again. Oh no, someone stop her.
I checked. It doesn't look like anyone passed through here.
Oh, but that's impossible. It's not like that kid can just grow some wings and fly away.
That kid?
Oh, the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit could have just disappeared into thin air.
Suspicious.
Skin is flushed, pupils are dilated, but he's still breathing.
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle?
A small amount of liquid is left inside the bottle, and streaks of residue can be seen on both the mouth and sides of the vessel. It seems like someone forcibly poured out whatever was inside the bottle. I have a feeling that the liquid in this bottle is...
Oh, really? You think so?
It's the stuff we're looking for. I already forgot what it's called. Alright. What else could be around here? Nope, not on the building. A chest that I never got.
Oh, glad I saw this. I almost didn't even notice it. Do you think whoever did this was hiding in the flowers before they attacked Edgar?
There are no footprints in the flower beds, and it doesn't look like any of the branches or leaves have been disturbed. Unless the culprit was your size, that would be pretty difficult.
True. Well, we looked all over, but the only clue we found was that bottle.
The most important thing we can do now is focus our efforts on treating Master. Can you help me move him inside?
Sure. You and Emily carefully move Edgar inside.
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. Master was most likely forced to ingest a certain liquid. He's still unconscious, and inducing vomiting could obstruct his airways. We'll have to look into other clues for now.
We found this bottle just now.
Ah, yes. The scent is the same, but the chemical composition is still unclear. We'll have to do further tests to determine if it's the same liquid, and how toxic it is to the human body. But first, I do believe there are two people who could shed some light on the situation. Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucian.
Wait, you know...
Hey! Were you talking to us, mademoiselle? I'm afraid we've never heard of those names before.
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of Auguste. There were 4 people in total. The perfumer, Edgar, the one thrust into the limelight, and 3 others. A researcher from Sumeru responsible for cultivating the Auguste flower, and 2 merchant brothers responsible for promoting the product on the market. The 2 brothers capitalized on the mythos surrounding Auguste. Their actions lured in numerous speculators and profiteers, inflating the price of Auguste even further. In the end, they were sent to the Fortress of Meripede for falsifying their accounts and destabilizing the market. If you do the math, they should be out of prison by now.
And what does that have to do with us? There are countless merchant families in Fontaine. You gonna accuse them of being criminals too?
Every time your brother called you Blaze, it took you several seconds to respond. But when I called you Lucian just now, the name registered immediately.
Ah, Miss Emily, out of respect for your position as a famous perfumer in Fontaine, I'm inclined to believe that was simply a poor attempt at humor. You have a bright future ahead of you. You wouldn't want to develop a reputation as someone who throws around false accusations, especially among merchant circles.
You claim to be regular perfume merchants, and yet, when I brought up amber wine, you took it to be alcohol.
What?
Just as I thought.
Amber wine is a perfume I created several years ago. It wasn't particularly renowned, but I'm certain any respectable perfume merchant in Fontaine would know of it. Unless, until recently, they were living somewhere completely cut off from the perfume world. Somewhere like the Fortress of Meripede, perhaps?
Emily, you little...
Don't even think about it.
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this up to criticize you. No matter what happened all those years ago, the court has already passed its judgment. But Master's life is in danger. We need to learn whatever we can about the person who has done this. If Master's attack had something to do with Auguste, I would imagine the 2 of you might also be in danger. So I'd like to trouble you for some information, if I may. Tell me about Kyria.
Fine, as you wish.
Sylvain,
Lucian, if this will help us find Kyria, then it will be all worth it. Besides, we've already told most of the stuff to the Maison Orally anyway. You were right, Miss Emily. There were 4 of us at the beginning. Myself, Lucian, Edgar, and the researcher from Sumeru in charge of flower cultivation, Vijava. Sometime down the road, the Marechaussee Phantom came knocking, saddled us with a list of accusations, and started looking into our books. Oh, they did their meddling, and my brother Edgar and I were forced to serve time in the fortress as a result.
Probably
Sounds
deserved.
like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up in Sumeru?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could put those events behind him. Still, Master was depressed for a long time after that. He stopped making new perfumes and focused on introducing students to the craft instead. That's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru for work when I was a child, so I had the chance to study under him for a little while. But we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher, Vijava.
Like us, Vijava was also staring down an investigation from the Marechaussee Phantom. But before the Phantom showed up at her door, she set all the flower beds on fire, along with much of the mora we managed to earn. All the Auguste flowers, everything we worked to create, was reduced to nothing but a pile of ash.
Dang.
But destroying all that evidence, wouldn't that make things worse for her?
It didn't matter at that point, because she died in the fire as well.
Ooh.
What?
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even ask us if you knew all of this already?
So far, Kyrie's name hasn't come up yet.
The name wasn't mentioned in any of the files I reviewed either. But you two seem quite familiar with him.
Kyria was Vijava's younger brother. He
Aha.
was just a clueless kid back then. Somewhere in his teens, I think. He helped his sister with her work sometimes, but that was pretty much it. He didn't have any idea what we were doing. Vijava kept him close most of the time. The three of us were probably the only ones who even knew she had a brother. After our operation was compromised, he disappeared. There were no signs of him until recently, when people started saying the Auguste flower had reappeared in Sumeru.
So, you think Kyria took something with him back then? Something that allowed him to reproduce the Auguste flower?
Vijava doted on the kid like you wouldn't believe. She even told us to give her cut to her brother if anything happened to her. If she left something behind before she died, believe me, Kyria's the one that has it.
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to replicate the perfume itself.
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was Auguste. Wait, does that mean Auguste is poison?
Poison? No. Of course not. No perfume is meant to be ingested. Even small amounts can be dangerous, let alone ingesting a whole bottle at once. If Auguste could be considered a poison, we wouldn't have even sold half a bottle back then. Edgar fell unconscious because Kyria forced him to drink perfume. It just happened to be Auguste.
Strange. Sylvain seems nervous all of a sudden. Why did Kyrie attack Edgar?
He probably thought we had something to do with his sister's death. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea why she did all that. We're not looking for Kyria because we have it out for him. We just wanted to see how he was doing. And, if possible, work together to bring back Auguste. We only went to prison for a bit of fraud and market manipulation. It had nothing to do with the product itself. As long as we keep things honest this time around, bringing the product back to market would almost be like honoring his sister's memory.
So that's why you never mentioned Kyria during your interrogation?
Yes, exactly. We were just looking out for the kid.
Anyway, that's all we know. If you're looking for information on what's in Auguste, or what to do if you ingest it, there are only two people to ask. Edgar or Kyria himself.
Well, at least we're able to say for certain that the substance Edgar ingested was in fact Auguste. That gives us a direction for further testing. Well then, I'd say that was a very enlightening discussion.
Well, glad to hear it. Lucian, let's head back to the room and rest a bit. With everything that's happened, there are things that need reconsidering.
Yes, of course.
I don't trust these guys. They're still hiding something.
Huh, you think so too? That does seem to be the case. Pity we don't have more evidence. But based on Sylvain's tone of voice just now, I suspect further questioning will only result in more made-up answers.
The way you exposed them like that, just based on a hunch, that was genius!
Are you really just a perfumer who looks after people in your spare time?
Oh, right! Earlier you said you were only sort of a doctor, and that your patients were unusual.
Oh yes, that's because most of the patients I encounter are already dead.
So you're a forensic doctor?
Close. I'm actually a forensic cleaner. Once the forensic team and the Marechaussee Phantom are done collecting evidence from the scene, I'm in charge of clearing away the final traces my patients leave on the world. In fact, with just a small alteration to the formula, the same tincture used as the base of perfume can also be made into a cleaning agent. Basically, there are two sides to forensics. Those who collect evidence to expose the truth, and those who clean up the smells, bloodstains, and other substances left behind at the scene. I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient.
Wonder if she's worked
Actually,
with Hu Tao
Traveler, could
before.
I trouble you to report back to Tainari and the officers at Port Ormos? We should update them on the situation.
Will do.
I'll stay here and continue to look after Master. Now that we have a sample of Auguste, I'm hoping further analysis won't be too difficult.
The plot has certainly thickened.
Master looks a lot older than when I last saw him. I just hope he can hold on.
All right. Where is Tainari? Over there.
Whoa, why the rush? Did something happen?
You explain everything. Hey, Twisty and Ducky.
Edgar was attacked. He's the most famous perfumer in the region. Someone who's helped countless people around Port Ormos. How could this happen?
Sheriff, have you received any reports of a suspicious individual fleeing through the bazaar?
No, but we've got eyes all over the area. I'm sure someone's seen Kiria. I'll start gathering my forces. We won't let him get away.
Hey, how's it
What about
going,
you,
guys?
Tainari? Do you have a plan?
Welcome to the stream.
I'm sure the sheriff can handle things over at the scene, and I doubt Emily needs my help looking after Mr. Edgar.
But she said she's not a real doctor.
Then she was far too modest. She may not be a doctor by trade, but she has a deeper understanding of human anatomy and pharmacology than most scholars from the Amurta Darshan.
Oh, wow.
Not to mention the fact that Mr. Edgar's condition is related to perfume. Emily is certainly in the best position to help him. As for me, I'll head to the academia and see what I can learn about Vijava and Kiria.
Oh, that's right. Vijava was supposed to be a scholar from Sumeru. Do you recognize the name?
From Emily's letter, certainly, but that was the first time I'd heard of it. The academia produces a lot of scholars, and there are plenty of graduates who choose to pursue a career outside their darshan. I didn't have time to look into it earlier, but now it seems like Vijava's past could be critical to getting to the bottom of what happened to Mr. Edgar.
Hold on, let me pause this so I can actually address chat. Layla, yes, I love Layla. Still one of my favorite characters. I got too much to finish before Natlan drops. Yeah, I mean, I've at least, this is the final, like, main MSQ quest I have to do. And then I just have the 2 world quests, but those aren't as important. Which I might see if I can knock out a little bit of those tonight, but I doubt I'll get those done. But yeah, I've at least gotten everything else done but I've also been grinding Genshin and Final Fantasy 14 nonstop for the last few weeks on stream to try to get those games caught up since I've gone months without having a PC. But thanks to all you wonderful people, I have one now. Got too much. I got my story quest still. Yeah. No worries, though. At least, worst case scenario, because they actually are doing this now, if you need to, you can just skip ahead in story and start right on Natlan and not have to do everything else. Just knowing Genshin, that means you'll probably get confused on some plot points, but it's fine. You're doing good? That's good to hear, Twisty. I'm doing good as well. Feel bad, Twisty. I still need to do Sumeru and Fontaine Archon quests. Oof. Look, Ducky, it takes time, a lot of time. It does. It does indeed. It'd be faster if Paimon just shut off once in a while. No, I'm joking. We just need to, she eats all my wallet anyway, so I might as well just, stuff her face with food all the time. That way she stops talking. No, I'm joking. Also, Tignari, you can get him for free next week. Free 5-star, everybody. Woohoo! Anyway, moving on.
I have friends in Sumeru City that can help me investigate. With any luck, we'll have news to share by tomorrow. I'll leave you and Emily to watch over things here in Port Ormos.
Alrighty. Wait until the next day. Well, because this is our... Wait, I can... What? No way. Oh, I just figured something out I can do without even knowing I can do it. Cool. Anyway, since we do have world quests, but I'm not prioritizing those, we're actually gonna just time jump this. So 7 o'clock the next day, which is actually not that long. Time travel.
Well, it's been a day. Wonder if Tainari's discovered anything. But things weren't looking good with Emily's master yesterday. We should check on things at the hotel first.
True. Let me teleport up that. So, Twisty, what 5-star are you planning on getting for free in Genshin? How's Edgar?
No longer in critical condition, thankfully. He's still very weak, but with a bit more rest, he should regain consciousness soon. My chemical analysis of a goose also went smoothly, although it certainly raised some questions.
Questions?
I was able to identify the components that give this substance its fragrance, but I also noticed an abnormal trace of elemental energy in the sample.
Oh?
Elemental energy?
Would that have an effect on the body?
Hard to say. It was such a minute amount, proportionally speaking, like mixing a single drop of perfume into the ocean. I had to use one of the newest tests developed in recent years to even detect the traces present in the sample. Unless you were abnormally sensitive to elemental energy, I doubt it would have any effect, even if you use the product every day for 10 years. As for whether Master's condition was caused by the elemental energy present in the sample or some other component of the perfume, it's still too early to say.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Did Tainari come and find you? Maybe we could ask him to take a look.
I received a message from him last night, but I haven't heard anything since. The message said he was looking into some information at the academia.
Oh, Paimon thought he might have stopped by to see you first. Excuse me? Is Miss Emily here?
Hey, it's Cole!
Oh, perfect! Familiar faces! Traveler, Paimon, you're here too!
I just saw you the other day in the new summer event.
Kale. Oh, of course. Tainari's apprentice. He's mentioned you many times. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. And please, no need for formalities. Emily is just fine.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you too, Miss... Emily?
Huh.
Did Tainari send you here, Kale? Yep. Master and the others went through decades worth of records last night, and still haven't had a chance to rest. I'm fast on my feet, so it only made sense for me to come and give you an update. Anyway, based on what they've reviewed so far, they believe there's no indication that a researcher by the name of Vijava ever passed through the academia.
Could it be an alias?
Master considered that possibility as well, but the name wasn't the only dead end. Master tried to track down people with a similar research direction or background, but also couldn't find a match.
What the heck?
How is that possible?
Maybe her identity as a researcher from Samara was a ruse all along.
It's starting to seem very likely. If we want to figure out her true identity, I'm afraid another conversation with those two merchants might be our only...
Hey,
What the heck?
Lucian!
That voice? It's
Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Kirio came back, do you?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel just now, we would have seen them.
Let's go inside and check. Oh, snap. Rush into the hallway and head to Sylvain's room. You try
It's
to enter, but
locked.
the door won't budge. I'll try to break it open. Door gives way with a bang and you enter the room.
There's no one here.
Lucian! Lucian!
That's Sylvain's voice! Hurry, let's check next door!
Lucian! Lucian! Come on! Wake up!
Is he going to be okay?
Emily, Emily, my brother, he's gonna be okay, right? He's just unconscious. Like what happened to Edgar.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain, but we were too late this time.
Oh
Oh,
no.
no, that's not possible.
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone through a huge shock. He needs some space to calm down. Could one of you take him next door? It's not good for him to look at his brother's body like this.
Of course. Leave it to me.
I'll notify the sheriff.
Thank you both.
Oh, I said it like that.
Mr. Sylvain, let's get you up. Here, take my hand. Nice and slow. We'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
Poor guy. He's like a shell of his former self. He may have made some bad decisions in life, but right now, Paimon can't help but feel sorry for him.
Good person or bad, the death of a loved one is equally painful. All the moments he shared with his brother, every hardship and triumph they endured together, are now memories he has to carry alone.
Maybe that's what Kyrie wanted.
If Kirio really was behind this, then what exactly did he do to Lucian?
Lucian can no longer speak, but the traces left behind by his death most certainly can. Traveler, I've got things covered here at the scene. I'll leave you to contact the sheriff.
Some time passes and Sheriff Shyam
Who
rushes
would
to
have
the
thought?
scene.
Yesterday's case is still up in the air, and now this happens. Miss Emily, I heard you're an experienced forensic doctor. Have you been able to discover anything?
Oh, I'm not actually a forensic doctor. I just happen to have some relevant knowledge. I did take a look, though. Judging by the temperature and rigidity of the body, it appears the time of death was sometime last night. I'd have to do a more thorough investigation to find out more.
Then, would you mind helping us investigate? Before he left, Tainari said we could trust your judgment if something like this were to happen.
Of course, I appreciate your trust. Many of the traces left behind at the scene will fade with time, so the sooner we investigate, the better.
We'll help too. We don't know much about dead bodies, but you can leave the other clues to us.
To tell you the truth, the exhibition has left us quite short-handed. We're lucky to have your help.
The corners are filled with flowers from different nations. The fragrance is incredibly strong. Oh yeah, is this the room I was in earlier? I think it is.
Pupils are dilated, skin is flushed. No overt external injuries or signs of a struggle.
So same as last time, okay. This bag is stuffed with clothes and other daily necessities. It's quite heavy. The space inside the cabinet is divided into various compartments. It doesn't look like a person could hide in there. What else could I investigate in here? Aha! The incense slowly rising into the air. It seems familiar somehow. This door leads to the hallway. The door is intact and there are no signs of damage. The door is probably locked last night.
And the windows are shut tight too. Seems like the only way to get in would have been through Sylvain's room. Well, looks like we've investigated as much as we can. Let's go report back to Emily and Shiam.
So, did you find anything?
There are no signs of forced entry. The only way would have been in through Sylvain's room.
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
What the heck did you just do, Paimon? Yeah, that's one way to draw it, Paimon.
But entering through the room next door without alerting Sylvain... Wait, you don't think Sylvain could have been the one who...
No, his reaction to the loss of his brother seemed genuine, and he doesn't have a motive.
Then what could have happened last night? I know Sylvain is still in shock, but he's our only available witness. We have to take his statement.
I agree. Also, I've made some new discoveries, so we might as well head next door and go through everything together.
Bai has been cold for some time already, and there are no signs of a struggle. No further clues have been found yet. I'm surprised we didn't investigate this room. Oh wait, unless we're about to. Enter Sylvain's room. He looks much calmer.
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell me everything you and your brother did since yesterday afternoon. Did you see or hear anything strange?
After Kyria attacked Edgar, my brother and I were incredibly careful. We returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors leading to the hallway. The only door we kept unlocked was the one connecting our rooms. That way, if we heard any commotion coming from the other room, we could help each other. But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise. I woke up this morning, opened the door, and Lucian was...
So, no movement from the room next door. No forced entry via Sylvain's room. No signs of a struggle at the scene. And no external injury on Lucian's body. What kind of cause of death are we dealing with here?
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucian's pupils were dilated, and his skin was flushed. Very similar to Master's symptoms after the attack yesterday. There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely he was forced to ingest anything. The more plausible explanation is that he inhaled a substance without knowing it, and I'd say that substance was likely a goose.
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose won't kill you. And anyway, it would have been for just one night.
Just one night? So you're saying prolonged exposure is dangerous?
No, that's not what I meant. Emily, you ran your tests, didn't you? Go on, tell everyone whether you found any poison.
No, I didn't find any common toxins.
Huh. See? A goose is harmless. The market response proved that years ago.
That may be true for most people, but not for everyone.
Oh, snap.
Master!
Edgar? You're up and about already?
Thanks to Emily, I'm out of the woods for now.
That's a good thing.
Sylvain, no matter how hard you may try to hide it, the truth will always come to light.
Edgar!
Even if we could keep it a secret for another 10 or 20 years, do you think Kyria would just let us be? No, he would never give up. Not if he's doing all of this for Yelena.
Yelena? Oh boy.
That's Vijava's real name. Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru. She was an exiled Fatus from Snezhnaya.
What?
Fatus?
The Fatui. Well, that means the elemental energy present in Auguste was...
Ah, so you've already detected it. Well, Sylvain, looks like there's truly no reason to hide things now.
Oh.
The Auguste flower was created with the mutative and distorting power of a delusion.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
A delusion?
That makes so much
the
sense.
Fatui, delusions... I never would have thought Auguste was hiding this many secrets.
Born of a delusion, Auguste contained distorted elemental energy. A prolonged exposure over many years could have a harmful effect on the body.
That's enough, Edgar. I'll take it from here. At first, Yelena wanted to keep refining the perfume and the flower, but no one knew how long the perfume mania was going to last back then. It didn't have any effect on ordinary people anyway. Every day we postponed going to market was another day of lost earning potential.
So you decided poisoning people was worth the risk?
Listen, it's not like it was good for business. But all that talk about Auguste being harmful over time, Yelena was just speculating. The impact was practically negligible. Unless you were particularly sensitive to elemental energy or had an entire bottle shoved down your throat like Edgar. You could use the product for decades and be completely fine.
It may be true there are no records of Auguste poisoning in Fontaine. But even if no one was acutely poisoned, willfully bringing a product to market despite explicit knowledge of its harmful effects is still a serious crime.
Oh boy. And it had to be Fatui connected. Again, with Coley there, so she really knows. Oh man. The truth came out, the market for your product would be destroyed.
That explains why you were so intent on keeping Yelena and Kyria's involvement a secret all this time, despite readily confessing to all your financial crimes. The Fatui, delusions, Auguste. If the Marechaussee Phantom discovered the connection between the three, there would have been enough evidence to send you to the Fortress of Meripede for life.
Ha! If I'd known coming to Sumeru would put a target on my back, I would have been more than happy to stay there. At least that way, Lucian would still be alive. All these years without any sign of Kyria, and he pops up out of nowhere the minute my brother and I get out of prison? It couldn't be any clearer who the kid's after. A ghost was harmless before. The fact that it's killing people all of a sudden must be his doing as well.
So there's bad blood between you.
What about Yelena's death? Was that a cover-up too? A way to destroy evidence?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to disguise the products circulating on the market, and no one was questioning Yelena's fake identity. But if the Marechaussee Phantom decided to look into the flower beds, it would have been the end. Yelena's ties to the Fatui, the role of the delusion, everything would have been exposed. Before we could even put our plan in motion, Yelena beat us to it. She burned all her flower beds and threw herself into the fire as well.
Finding out she is from the Fatui, it makes sense why she did that. Makes a lot of sense.
But if her goal was to destroy evidence, there would have been no reason to do that to herself. Yeah, she could have just burned the flower beds and fled with her brother.
I thought about it for a long time, but it wasn't until just now that I finally understood her reasoning. Everything she did, it was for her brother, Kyria. One of the reasons they defected from the Fatui was the deterioration of Yelena's body due to her excessive use of a delusion. She didn't want her brother to follow in her footsteps after her death. After arriving in Fontaine, Yelena continued using the delusion to cultivate the Auguste flower, weakening her body even further. There were times when she couldn't even walk.
Jeez.
So she couldn't flee with her brother because she was afraid of holding him back.
If her true identity was exposed, she and her brother would face pressure from both Snezhnaya and Fontaine. The Auguste flower and Yelena's own corroded body both bore the mark of a delusion. There would have been no way to avoid suspicion. So, in the end, she burnt it all to ash, including herself. With all the evidence erased, Kyria was free to take the Mora and run.
So the wealth you earned from Auguste, it wasn't destroyed in the fire. Yelena gave it to her brother?
Most likely. Before Yelena died, she said if anything happened to her, she was going to leave everything to her brother. We just didn't realize she meant our cut as well. That's why Lucian and I were searching for Kyria, to take back our Mora and the Auguste flower. We just didn't realize Kyria was baiting us the whole time. It was all a trap.
Dang.
But why is Kyria out for revenge anyway? Doesn't he know about Yelena's decision to sacrifice herself?
I don't think he knew his sister was nearing death. Yelena always wore heavy makeup around him to conceal her deteriorating appearance. She kept herself busy with work to keep out of sight. That way her brother wouldn't notice how she could barely walk.
Then
Jeez.
all we'll need to do is tell Kyria what really happened, and then he'll give up on his revenge. I'm not so sure. Even if he knew the truth, he'd still find someone to blame. He might think Yelena was forced into using a delusion to cultivate a ghost, or something like that. It's hard to pull yourself out of that kind of hatred, especially when you've been living in that headspace for so many years.
Which she would know, especially if you read her backstory in that manga. Oh, man.
Very true. Even if Yelena's death was her own choice, I wouldn't call myself innocent either.
Edgar, what are you talking about?
Think about it, Sylvain. If we hadn't been in such a hurry to capitalize on the perfume mania all those years ago, do you think Yelena would have elected to take those risks? If we hadn't been so blinded by greed, so insistent on increasing the scale of the flower cultivation, do you think Yelena's health would have deteriorated as fast as it did? If we hadn't invited the Marechaussee Phantom to our doorstep by breaking the law at every turn, Yelena could have survived.
She knew her limits. She knew her days were numbered. Maybe it was for her brother, but she was in it for the Mora just as much as us. We were just trying to earn a bit of Mora. And what, we deserve to die for that? Target me for being the mastermind, sure. But what about Lucien? He was just following my orders. Lucien's crime, was it really so extreme that he had to pay for it with his life?
The only person that can answer that question is a judge.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway. Drag me back to Fontaine to stand trial. I don't care.
Dang.
3 people from Fontaine, 1 from Snezhnaya, and a crime committed in Port Ormos. What a headache.
Yeah, that's a trifecta of 3 different nations and a crime sharing all 3. Oof. What's going to happen?
Well, we can only wait until the Academia sends someone to deal with it. I'm guessing we'll have to contact Fontaine as well. In any case, we won't really know anything until tomorrow. With the exhibition, we don't even have space in Port Ormos to detain anyone. Such a headache.
The hotel could suffice. You could station a few officers to keep an eye on Sylvain and myself. Although with Sylvain's mental state and my physical one, I don't think you need to worry about a jailbreak.
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain is to stand trial, then I deserve the same fate. A crime is a crime, accomplice or not. I'd just like to take care of a few things before I go. Say goodbye to my plants and all that. As for Sylvain, I'm sure he also has some goodbyes of his own. Would you be willing to grant that request, Sheriff?
Well, all right. I'll talk to the Academia. No matter who you were in Fontaine or what crimes you committed, the man we grew to know in Sumeru proved himself to be a good person. Your request is granted.
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
But if we wait until tomorrow, doesn't that mean something could still happen tonight?
Happen tonight? Oh, you mean the possibility that Kyria might try to finish what he started?
Yeah, all we know is that he uses a goose to poison people, but we still have no idea how to catch him in the act. If he targets Sylvain or Edgar again, we might not be able to stop him.
That may be true, but what if we can take advantage of his desperation?
Desperation?
If we take advantage of this situation and lure him in on purpose, we might finally have the chance to talk to him.
Master, no. That's too dangerous.
So, that's your plan. If Kyria learns we're being taken away tomorrow, his last chance to enact his revenge would be tonight. In other words, you want to use us as bait to capture him.
Capture? Not necessarily. I just want to talk. What? Are you afraid of him?
Afraid? This is my only chance to make him pay for what he did.
No.
I'm spending the rest of my life in prison anyway. I can't just sit back and let him ride off into the sunset with our fortune. There's no way I'm letting him get away with it. Not after what he did to Lucien. As for the danger, everyone else just needs to make preparations in advance to protect us.
I'll admit, it could work. We just need to spread the word that Edgar and Sylvain are leaving tomorrow. Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel. If we have your assistance as well, our chance of success would be even higher.
I still have some reservations. But if you insist on carrying out this plan, I won't deny you my help.
We can help stand guard.
I'll also keep watch.
Although I think Sylvain and myself should remain alone in our respective rooms. If Kyria noticed another person in the room, he might decide to turn back. And besides, it's possible he's already transformed Auguste into a potent toxic gas.
You mean if he doesn't see a way to get his hands on the two of you, he might get so desperate that he'll just start using Auguste on everybody?
If that were to happen, everyone standing guard, even the innocent citizens in Port Ormos would all be in danger.
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
Jeez.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
This old pack of bones doesn't bounce back like it used to. I suppose I'll just have to leave the rest to you.
All right, we can figure out a plan to keep watch later. Right now, I say we split up, start spreading that information before it's too late.
Everyone's helped the news about Auguste as well as Edgar and Sylvain's impending departure begins to spread.
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being taken away tomorrow.
What? He's the one who helped craft all the fragrances for our shop.
He taught my child how to make perfume. How could this happen?
He hasn't been convicted yet. Let's just wait and see what the court has to say.
Oh, everyone on the
British
street is
person?
talking about
Oh
the
my.
rumors. No matter where Kyria is hiding, he must have heard them by now. Let's head back to the hotel and take a break. We can see how the other preparations are going while we're at it.
We are laying the trap. Up, up, up the ramps we go.
Emily, Sheriff Xian wants to talk to you and the Traveler about our plans for the Night Watch.
Thank you, Kale. But first, here. I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't you have some?
She said Night Watch. I thought of freaking a comic got killed for a second.
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I'm okay.
Oh, it's not good to be so tense, especially when we've got a long night ahead of us. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I couldn't help but notice that something seems to be on your mind.
Was it that obvious?
You seem very preoccupied with Kyria's revenge.
Oh,
If there's
snap.
anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to listen.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, and dang, coming in with a tier 1 sub.
Oh, are we interrupting something?
52 months of clips from the #1 Cliff channel on Twitch. As the happiest of customers, I suggest everyone sub to the Cliff Ranger and cry tears at from his beauty you all must behold.
Really?
Also,
It cut off. It cut off before the high. That's great. Hey, Andy. Thanks for resubscribing for 18 months at tier 1 for 52 months. Welcome back to the ranks of the Elendil. I look forward to having your sword in battle yet again. Hope you're doing well, Andy. And, yeah. Also, screw cliffs. We don't like cliffs here. That's I don't know who's spreading that rumor. It clearly is untrue. It's false. Fake news. You know, it's clearly fake news, right? Yeah.
No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway. I've just been thinking. If Kyria has the capacity to commit murder while remaining completely undetected, why didn't he target Sylvain along with Lucien last night?
Oh.
There was just a single door separating them. If his intention was to target both brothers, then there was barely anything standing in his way. Don't you think?
He wants to increase the torture, so kill them one at a time instead of both at once, so that it can increase the trauma. That's probably the reason, because he wants vengeance. You are the Cliffu Master? Really? You learned from Joodle's Noodles? Oh my gosh. You know, Andang, it's a good thing you didn't tune into my 12-hour Final Fantasy XIV stream. Actually, I shouldn't have said that, because... you know what? Never mind. I'm moving on.
When I accompanied Sylvain to his room after Lucien died, and saw how distraught he was, I suddenly realized... maybe Kyria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to experience the pain of losing a loved one before he completed his ultimate revenge.
That's what I
said.
So did he attack Edgar as a warning then? To scare Sylvain and Lucien?
Based on what we've heard about Kyria, that may very well be the case.
Losing his sister all those years ago. What has been going through his head? What has he been forced to endure? Whenever I get to thinking like that, I just can't help but wonder. If I were in his place, would I be able to let go of that hatred?
That line hits so hard, because if you know her backstory from the manga that came out about it, oh man, you know she almost would have had the same situation, but worse if Amber didn't save her out of it. So that, oh man, that hurts. Shard is now calling Black Myth Wukong Game of the Year. Yeah, I mean, I was watching, I've watched like 5 different streamers playing it, including 2 big VTubers and Asmongold, who I was actually watching like an hour before I started stream tonight. When I was eating dinner, I was watching him play it, and like all of them are saying good things about it. Like they're saying it is probably the next Elden Ring. So, and to be honest, like as someone like, the game looks fun. It looks very fun, and the bosses look painful. But the gameplay looks fun. Like, it does look fun. And some of the cutscenes are really cool from what I've seen in that game. So, it definitely seems just like a Chinese Elden Ring, but in a good way. So... apparently it's just 40 hours? Yes, but I hear there's replayability because like in Elden Ring, you have multiple builds and multiple endings. So it definitely has that replayability that Elden Ring has, which is a good thing. And and because it's so popular, I would be shocked if they don't add DLCs down the line for it. Would not surprise me.
I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't think like that. Not after everything he's done. But I just can't help it.
There's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling. Empathy is a part of human nature. In all my years of cleaning up crime scenes, I've witnessed countless families mourn their loved ones. Their cries of devastation and anger still echo through my mind, even now. Some of them even try to stop me, begging me not to erase the last remnants of their loved ones. But getting swept up in those emotions will corrupt your judgment. Surround yourself with fragrance for too long, and your sense of smell will become dull. Allow yourself to be consumed by your emotions, and you lose the ability to think rationally.
True.
So while you hold on to that sense of empathy, you also need to ask yourself, do Sylvain and Lucien really deserve to die? How much did they truly know about the Fatui and the delusion? Did they force Yelena to make those decisions?
Ooh.
Answering those questions requires a lot of time and evidence, while a single act of vengeance can put those answers forever out of our reach. I've witnessed a lot of deaths in Fontaine. When someone dies, a certain amount of information can be inferred from the traces left behind at the scene. But generally speaking, death will just leave most questions unanswered, and the whole picture ever incomplete.
Once you're consumed by hatred, it will become next to impossible to think about things that way. For someone like Kyria, I'm sure right and wrong lost all meaning a long time ago.
You're right. The fact that we can approach these questions from this perspective isn't because we're more rational than them. It's because we're fortunate enough not to have suffered that kind of loss. But that also makes us perfectly positioned to stand on the outside and try to pull them back from the brink before it's too late. I understand Kyria's decision, but I still want to stop him. Master, Sylvain, and Kyria. They all deserve to survive.
The fortunate and the unfortunate.
Emily, Traveler. Huh? Edgar, you're here too?
Oh, it's you two! Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you to be out and about like this?
A little exercise never hurt anyone. Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru. So I'd like to take care of my plants while I still can.
We could do that for you, Master.
No need. I've grown attached to these flowers, and this is my last chance to say goodbye. Come tomorrow. I'll be happy to entrust their care to you. I would imagine Sheriff Sham is here for a more important reason.
The Night Watch! You mentioned earlier that we still need to confirm our plans.
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around the surrounding area, but we still don't have anyone standing guard next to Sylvain's room.
You mean in Lucian's room?
Exactly. After some discussion, we concluded that Sylvain has the highest risk of being attacked next. You're the most skilled fighter here, Traveler. And Emily's expertise is sure to come in handy in a pinch. That's why I want you two stationed next to Sylvain's room. So, are you up for it?
Fine by me. What about you, Emily?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. I'll be glad to have your help tonight, Traveler.
All right, guard duty it is. Enter Lucian's room. Wait, was that the wrong room? That was the wrong room. Oops. Wait in Lucian's room for quite a long time.
Not a peep. Has Kyria given up on his revenge?
Just like that?
Guess we'll have to keep at it.
The night deepens as time passes.
Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Time hasn't issued a warning either.
Perhaps Kyria's true motive was simply forcing Sylvain to confess his crimes. No, that can't be right. If all he wanted was for Sylvain to be convicted for his true crimes, he could have tipped off the Marechaussee Phantom years ago.
He already killed Lucian. There's no reason to stop there.
There must be something we're missing. Something extremely important.
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. How about some tea? That herbal blend from earlier was pretty tasty.
Can't abandon our post, Paimon.
You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like looking at the flowers.
Really?
Oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Because they only bloom at night.
Flowers, glaze lilies, incense. Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Oh?
Wait, what?
Emily rushes next door. A strange flow of fragrance saturates the room. Oh no, and he's unconscious. Uh-oh.
Hey, did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
It was the older of the merchant brothers, right?
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy was murdered in cold blood.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucian, and now this.
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene. Please, no loitering.
Jeez.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy. What is going on?
Do you think it could be the work of an evil spirit? I mean, how do you get away with something like that with so many people watching?
Keep it moving, everyone. No loitering.
Dang. Crime scene. The crime is growing.
I suppose I'm next.
You don't know that. Kyria already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he doesn't consider your crime to be worthy of death.
You were the only reason I managed to survive, Emily. I never did thank you for that, did I?
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity. He would have been able to help.
Is that so? I suppose I'm a very fortunate person then. I have exceptional students, caring friends, and the respect of my peers. If it is indeed my time to go, then I'll die without regrets. But Kyria has nothing. Yelena is gone. Now, his enemies are too.
Dang.
It really makes you wonder if there's even a reason to keep on living.
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kyria himself, once we finally catch him.
Well, I hope it all goes well. Emily, there's something else I'd like to ask of you. With everything that's happened, holding the exhibition is off the table now. But so many flowers were transported here for the show, some of them thousands of miles away from their homeland. I can't let them wither away with no one to care for them. Whether Kyria gets to me first, or I'm sent back to Fontaine to stand trial, I won't be around to look after them. I know it's a lot to ask, but could I entrust them to your care?
Of course, Master.
Really? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Now I truly have nothing to worry about.
Sheriff Sham still has some questions for me, so I've gotta go.
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting. He can be quite impatient.
I'm sorry, Master.
Is he the... Oh, plot twist.
Wow, another all-nighter. Paimon sure hopes Emily's plan will go well. Oh, but Kali still looks quite worried. Let's go talk to her.
I did not expect Kole to be a main part of this quest, but I'm enjoying it.
Emily still isn't back. I hope she didn't run into any trouble.
She is extremely meticulous. I'm sure she's prepared to handle anything that might come her way.
Yeah, that's true.
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone now too, but I have to admit, I'm not really sure what's going on. After listening to Emily's plan, I started getting the materials together and arranging personnel. I barely had a second to spare last night. To be honest, I'm still not sure how the crime was committed that night.
pretty simple, actually. Or you could say, it's elementary, my dear Cheyenne. Also, thank you for the lyric, Twisty.
The key clue was right in front of us the entire time!
Well, you're probably gone now, Twisty, but I did ask you a question, but it's fine. I wanted to know what 5-star you were gonna get, but cool. Feel? I think that's supposed to say feels. Feels like you've been waiting to say that for a while, Paimon.
Let's go! We'll show you where the culprit hid a goose.
Oh, snap.
I only have a basic idea of what happened, to be honest. I haven't really worked out the details.
Ah, so you're saying I'm the only one who's completely in the dark.
Skill issue. No, I'm joking. Corners that fill with flowers of different nations, fragrances crying really strong. The glazed lily swaying gently as petals closed. As the ring of moisture on the rim of the petals feels slightly. Ah! It was hiding in the glazed lilies.
Glazed lily, huh? I think I've heard of it before. It's a flower from Liyue, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Emily, you're back!
How did it go?
Exactly as expected.
A flower that only blooms at night. Ah, like the Neelitpala lotus.
Exactly. Although the Neelitpala lotus wouldn't be a good substitute in this scenario. When it's closed, the gaps between the petals are too large. That's why Kiria chose the glaze lily as his mechanism. He would start by preparing an Agoose sample.
Oh boy, not these again. Oh no. Twisty. Never get my question answered, it's fine. In order to stack up the nest, they took a goose and probably dabbed it on the outside of the petals.
If applied to the outside, you would still be able to smell a goose, even in the daytime.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, it's gotta be the area around the petals.
There's a sticky substance on the edge of the flower petals. It's one I recognize. If you stick the petals together with slime condensate, then, in the daytime, the glaze lily would act almost like a hidden container.
That's right! He applied a diluted form of slime condensate to the petals to stick them together and enclosed a sample of Agoost in the center. That way, the Agoost would remain trapped inside during the daytime, unable to seep between the petals and evaporate into the air. This also allowed the culprit to plant the poison well in advance while his targets remained oblivious. However, the diluted slime condensate wouldn't be viscous enough to prevent the petals of the glaze lily from opening at night. So by nightfall, the flower would bloom, thereby forcing the target to inhale the Agoost trapped inside.
And Kiria could execute his revenge without having to step foot inside the room during the night.
By the next morning, the sample of Agoost would have nearly fully evaporated. The glaze lily would have already closed its petals, and any lingering odor would be concealed by the fragrance of the other flowers in the room.
And his mission would be accomplished. Also, Twisty, if you can hear me, I was asking you earlier what of the free 5 stars are you going to grab next week? Yes, or as Ducky just said. I was AFK for a bit, had no headphones. Ah, no worries, Twisty. Yeah, I was wondering what free 5-star you're getting. You don't know yet? Are there any you don't have? Are there any of the free 5 stars you don't have, Twisty? And his mission would be accomplished.
Wait a second. You're telling me this version of a goose is so toxic, inhaling the minute amount trapped inside a flower is enough to kill a grown man? And how did Edgar even survive ingesting a whole bottle of the stuff?
That's because Agoost is just as dangerous now as it was all those years ago. The level of toxicity has never changed. Only a small subset of people are truly at risk.
Ah, you mean people who are sensitive to elemental energy. So it's just some sort of happy coincidence that Sylvain and Lucien are allergic to the stuff? That can't be right. They were involved in the operation all those years ago. If the stuff gave them a bad reaction, they would have known from the very start.
I wouldn't use the word allergic necessarily. It's more like they're susceptible to its effects. But that distinction isn't important right now.
Twisty, if you look in my Discord, actually, I could probably tag you. It's all the standard banner characters, though, so you might just know from me saying that who's on the banner, but yeah, I can... Hold on. Let me see. I think I can tag you in this. Is that... Wait. You've got them all? Oh, snap. She's got them all. Well, which one do you want to con on? Which of the standard banners do you use the most, I guess? I use Jean the most, so that's why I'm getting a Jean con.
You can think of it this way. It's not that Sylvain and Lucien are innately sensitive to elemental energy, but that Kyria found a way to ensure that they would be.
Ooh.
The incense I smelled earlier seemed familiar. Thinking back on it, I'm almost certain it was the scent of Spirit Borneal.
Mmm.
In Sumeru, scholars use Spirit Borneal to aid meditation and stimulate their connection to the Dendro Archon.
Wait a minute, huh?
In Fontaine, I experienced how drinking primordial seawater made me more attuned to the element of hydro. But that substance would be hard to get around here.
Ooh, this one's tricky.
All kinds of essential oils commonly found in alchemical products can temporarily increase elemental affinity. But it would be difficult to force someone to use them without knowing it.
Ooh, this is tricky, actually.
Alchemically produced essential
Never
oils,
mind.
the primordial seawater that caused unrest in Fontaine not too long ago. All of those are substances that can heighten your sensitivity to elemental energy.
Kyrie chose Spirit Borneal. Also, Twisty, do you know what all the changes that they're doing to Genshin are? Because they are adding a lot of good updates to Genshin. I don't know if you know about them or not, but they're pretty awesome. And Kyrie chose Spirit Borneal, as I said.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to Sumeru.
Yes, it
Ah,
did.
yes. I definitely remember that.
Good memories of
In
Sumeru
Sumeru,
MSQ.
it's not uncommon to use incense indoors, so its presence wouldn't arouse suspicion. The flowers in the room could also serve to mask the scent.
Flowers are pretty important to this plan, huh? The glaze lily is native to Liyue. It would be completely unnatural to have one here in Sumeru if it weren't for the exhibition. What a coincidence.
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
The exhibition, the hotel, it was all a meticulously designed trap.
No wonder he was willing to pay a small fortune to rent out the hotel.
He probably used the Mori Elena left him, don't you think? That money was supposed to set him free. But in the end, it was just a tool for his revenge.
There's a saying among forensic doctors in Fontaine. Every step you take leaves a mark. But up until this point, we haven't been able to detect any trace of Kyria's activities. That's not because he was coming and going undetected, or because he's some kind of evil spirit, but because he's been disguised as someone else this entire time.
Aha! I knew it. I knew Edgar was the murderer. He just set himself up. I figured. D-Look. Oh, snap. Hey, Ducky, you know, you could instead go for D-Look instead of Tagnari. It is an option. But he might be almost max at this point. I don't know. I haven't checked his cons recently. Yeah, definitely check that before you grab D-Look.
Creating such an intricate mechanism out of a glaze lily. Setting up the spirit Borneal in advance. And arranging for Sylvain and Lucien to stay at the hotel.
Cole, Ducky. Cole is a free character.
It all points to one person. The expert in charge of the entire exhibition. The Mora spent to rent out the hotel. The way the Auguste flower was cultivated. The method used to disguise his appearance. It all points to one person. The boy who inherited Yelena's legacy. Her younger brother.
Yeah. I like how they don't give us more options. It's just like, yep, this is the answer. You know? Huh? Oh.
Kyria and Edgar are one and the same.
That's
it. Kyria was only in his teens back then. He wouldn't even be 40 years old by now. Edgar's lived here for so many years. Even if he changed his appearance, going that long without giving anything away, it would be impossible.
Bad news, Sheriff! Mr. Edgar was attacked!
What?
Huh?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room. It was giving off a really ominous aura. But before we could even react, the figure up and disappeared like some sort of ghost or something. By the time we got a look inside the room, Mr. Edgar was gone. Do you think Kyria kidnapped him?
What the heck is going on?
I need you to think very carefully about this. Are you certain that figure wasn't Edgar himself?
I mean, Mr. Edgar was so frail. I don't see how he could have moved that fast.
It would seem Master decided to tap into an ill-advised source of power.
What? But that's so dangerous with the condition he's in. It's...
suicide.
But why? Why would he do that? He's already accomplished his revenge.
No. If his aim was to target everyone who had a hand in Yelena's death...
If he left Sylvain alive yesterday, not out of a desire to see him suffer, but to confirm the truth about why Yelena chose to die...
Then there's still one target left.
Oh, well, the plot has changed. Catbox best? Oh boy.
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
We should hurry before they're forced to confront each other.
Where in the world did he go? Let's ask the merchants nearby.
A ghost! It's a ghost!
It's all right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath. Can you tell us what you saw?
I saw a black shadow. It ran right past me. How could something like that happen in broad daylight?
Oh boy. Everybody's scared.
This is terrifying.
Random audio line out of nowhere. Wait a minute. Oh, hey! All my commissions are done.
No! Don't come any closer!
I'm not an enemy! I'm just a player leveling up his battle pass, apparently. Nice.
No! Don't come any closer!
Oh my gosh. Hey, Twisty, have you played the summer event yet?
If we go any further, we'll be out of Port Ormos. There'll be hardly any witnesses.
It's all right. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from here. I would say he passed by this location not too long ago. It's this way. Please, follow me.
She's got the nose. Whoa, what the? Oh, wait a minute. No! Gosh dang it. That works. Mushrooms for the win. My question is this simply how deep into the summer event is the constellation for Catbox? Well, it's not a matter of how deep. It's a matter of how wide. No, I'm joking. The reason I say it's not a matter of how deep is because I played the whole event and I didn't get enough. But Starry played literally none of the event and got enough. You know how that is? It's because the items you get to get the constellation for her and the outfit are all done via the mini games and nothing to do with the story. The story. Anyway, yeah, so it's all about doing the mini games, which I did like none of. Yeah, I didn't do like any of these mini games, which is why I have like nothing. Even though I probably should at least try to get the rest of the Primo gems, but wait, what is this? Oh yeah, that's the item that I also never got. That probably would have been helpful, but yeah, whatever. Kiara. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so the outfit you get by doing the mini games, and the free Kiara Con you get by doing the gacha mini game. Okay, from which you get stuff to pull for by doing the other mini game. Okay, yeah, I see how this is. Yeah, so pretty much the outfit you get by doing the mini games, and you also, by doing the mini games, you get the gacha figurines to pull enough gacha, which gets you the con once you've done enough pulls. Yeah, so pretty much just do mini games and you get both of them at the same time. And that's all there is to it. Literally just do mini games, because Starry got both and he didn't.
The scent is getting stronger. This must be the place.
He didn't even finish the story. He just did the mini games. Meanwhile, I did none of the mini games but finished the whole story. So time to break out the good old Sumeru team. It's been a hot minute. Oh man. If you need help, Ducky, let me know, because I at least know how to do everything.
Are you all right? Were you attacked?
No, I'm all right. I was just chasing after that figure, and then all of a sudden, I didn't feel so hot.
Let me take a look.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason, it's hard to breathe.
This feeling, I've encountered it before. Everything looks all right. It was probably just the stress of the chase, combined with the impact of the environment. A bit of rest would do you some good.
I can't rest. Mr. Edgar is still in there. He taught my sister how to make perfume. He's a good man. I can't just abandon him to die by Curia's hand.
Oz, you need to calm down and listen to me. Edgar is the one we're after. He and Kiria are the same person.
But how is that possible? I thought you said Kiria was in his 30s. Mr. Edgar is 70-something. Changing your appearance to look decades older, that doesn't seem possible.
That's precisely why he had to resort to extraordinary measures to age himself.
A delusion.
Kiria used a delusion to bring back the Auguste flower, corroding his body in the process, just like his older sister.
No. He couldn't have. Mr. Edgar has been in Port Ormos for years. If someone started impersonating him all of a sudden, we would have noticed.
And what if the impersonation started before he ever set foot in Sumeru? I've yet to confirm it,
but I suspect Curia killed the real Edgar in Fontaine not long after his release from prison.
Dang.
While Edgar was incarcerated, Curia started making preparations to replace him, including forcefully aging his body, studying perfumery, and planning the real Edgar's demise. The new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous desire to let go of the past. He even left perfume making in favor of mentoring students. But these decisions were all for a specific purpose: the need to distance himself from anyone who might see through the facade. And Sumeru fit the bill to a T, with no one around to question his identity. All he had to do was grow a beard, don a pair of glasses, make a few minor alterations to his appearance, and everyone would believe he was exactly who he claimed: Edgar, a perfumer from Fontaine. As the years went by, he removed his disguise little by little and continued to refine his skills. It would have been a gradual process, one that ensured no one around him would notice anything unusual.
Talk about playing the
That
long
explains
game.
why Sylvain said he barely recognized Edgar back at the hotel. He aged himself decades beyond his years just so he could accomplish his revenge. Is that even worth it?
Talk about playing the long game. Jeez.
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that kind of person. He can't be.
What you really need is to get out of here and rest.
No, I can keep going.
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, no matter how slight, should not be treated lightly. I know how to relieve your symptoms, Mr. Ooze. Please come with me and rest. I'm sure Kyria... No, Edgar wouldn't want any more innocent people implicated in all this.
Kale's right. The Traveler and I will take things from here. From our brief exposure to a goose, it would seem the substance has little effect on us. This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision or capable of wielding elemental power are more resistant to the effects of abnormal elemental energy. In other words, this environment doesn't pose as much of a risk to us. Actually, now that I think about it, this stronghold likely has multiple points of entry. If the target were to escape from a different point of entry, that might allow him to evade capture. I hate to trouble you, but we need people to survey the perimeter.
Thanks. Hear that? We're heading out. There's work to be done. Ooze, head back to Port Ormos and start gathering reinforcements.
Got it.
Traveler, Emily, Paimon, please be careful. For someone whose only purpose in life is revenge, there's no telling what they'll do when there's no reason to move forward.
Don't worry. This isn't the end. Not for us or for Kyria. We're not going to let a goose kill anyone else. It's time for the mythos to fade into obscurity.
We go from wanting to revive it to wanting to destroy it. Oh, hey! And I have the character. That is a very pretty staff. Time to test this character out.
Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy.
The night is cold. Dissipate. Jumpy, jumpy, jumpy.
A little ambiance. I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff.
Whoa. Oh, I see. I have to, like, push it over here. Okay. Come on. Come on. Ah. Oh yeah, I will, Ducky.
Whoa, look at all the Auguste flowers! There are so many of them. Paimon can't believe a single person did all this. Must have taken a lot of time.
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon. Using a delusion comes at a cost. Not just time, but the time you have left to live.
But why would Kiria need this many Auguste flowers? He only needed a few bottles of Auguste to carry out his plan, right?
Perhaps hatred wasn't the only emotion fueling his obsession with Auguste.
What do you mean?
Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all the flowers transported to Sumeru to wither away in a foreign land. But Kiria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire life in Sumeru under the guise of someone else. For someone with nowhere to call home, perhaps dying among a bed of Auguste flowers just like his sister is the best homecoming he could ask for.
I see a chest I haven't grabbed. Where was that chest? Oh, it's up there. Oh, now I have to go up here. Okay, so that's where the quest is taking me, but let's go check out that house first. Looks like there's nothing really over here. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Let's try something here.
Our bond is strong. Everyone hold hands.
Man, it's like a turret. Holy moly.
Stars, shine for me. Out of my way. Dissipate. Make yourselves at home. I see everything. Fresh and floral. Extract. Pour them all out.
Aw, man. Well, almost had a full rotation go there. Wait, which way do I go? That way.
Neutralize.
Oops. I did not mean to do that. Ah, come. Nope, nope, nope. Ah, wrong way. This way. Yeah, there we go. What in the world is this? Oh, I see.
A plant that destroys seeds. Huh, quite the ecological marvel. Let's head back to the place where the seeds first appeared.
Well, that sucked. I need to do at least Act 1 before unlocking stuff. You don't need to do all of it. You need to do like half of it, Ducky. Because I know I didn't finish Act 1 before I was doing the mini-games, so... Well, at least the first set of mini-games. All the okay. So, if I remember correctly... So you have 3 mini-games. This one, you only need to... For the Boreal Flurry ones, you only need to get like half of Act 1 done. For this one, you need to get all of Act 1 done, and I think the first cutscene of Act 2 done. And then this one, you need to get half of Act 2 done, if I remember correctly. And that's how you get all of them unlocked. But at least this one, including all of the different phases, which there's 3 of them, yeah, you only need to do the first half of Act 1, I believe. But it shouldn't take too long. That's honestly the longest part of the whole summer event is the second half. With all the Scaradouche and baby what's his name? Oh no, you are not going that way. Dane? It's Dane, right? Or am I confused? Ooh, that was close. Yeah, pretty much. Which I know I think Starry said he only got like up to halfway through Act 2 and he had all the cat box stuff, so you don't even have to play everything.
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end. The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Did they catch up that fast? No. My strength is just waning.
Oh, jeez.
But it doesn't matter. This is far enough.
Oh, jeez.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those years ago in Fontaine. Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but I always understood. The reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden on fire, it was all because of me. I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. The flowers were gone. And so were you.
Hey.
I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have come looking for you earlier. I should have died with you that day. Yelena? Yelena! No! Don't leave me! Please! Yelena!
Emily? I'm alive. No, that's not possible. I saw her. Yelena, we were together.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the residual toxin in your body coupled with the pollen in the air, neither of which are fatal.
No, the amount of Auguste I drank, it should have been enough.
I'm sorry to say this, buddy, but that was a fake.
A fake? But how?
We started making the preparations last night with one goal in mind: to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making, the product in its most primitive
form. Ambergris mixed with cedar wood, rounded out with a base note of agar wood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind. Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed. Miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden.
Dang, this
Pretending to be
cutscene.
attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emily?
I got it.
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes, Master.
So, you switched the bottles of Auguste, and then lied to me about Sylvain's death.
He didn't die?
Convincing you that your revenge had been
Oh.
completed was the easiest way to get you to let down your guard.
Dang, she is smart.
Impossible. Even if you found a way to switch out the bottles, there's no way you could have made an accord. If Auguste was so easy to replicate, Yelena wouldn't have.
It was a combination of rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those ingredients would have conflicted with each other if you tried to combine them in the past. But recently, we found a way for them to work together.
How so?
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias.
Auguste was created over 10 years ago. All this time, people never stopped analyzing it, never stopped trying to recreate it. Perfumery techniques are advancing day by day. We've found better ways to extract essential oils, separate oils and fats. We even discovered new ways to combine fragrances together. The mythos surrounding Auguste may have been untouchable almost 20 years ago, but now it's time for it to become a thing of the past.
The past.
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known that it is possible to make an accord, even if only in theory. But the meaning you assigned to Auguste became so inflated, you allowed yourself to get lost in it, just like the perfume mania that captivated the public all those years ago. You believed in its divinity and grandeur. You believed it was entirely one of a kind.
In the process, you forgot that it was a bottle of perfume, nothing more.
Your obsession with Auguste is also what allowed us to predict how you intended your plan to end, and to make preparations in advance.
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
Or that you would activate the delusion.
Well, you hit the nail on the head now, didn't you?
And
So,
Bing fell off a cliff.
Sylvain
Nice.
isn't dead. Since you've been preparing your accord since last night, I assume you've also figured out my method, then. That means the news of Sylvain's death. The crowd gathered outside the hotel this morning It was all an act you put on with the sheriff?
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion out of desperation, or continued to use your Spirit Borneal and Auguste combination to wreak havoc.
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then and there.
I know if you had things your way, you would carry the truth of Edgar's demise and the secrets of this garden to the grave, but I'm sorry, Master. I don't want to see any more death. Sylvain only inhaled a small amount of poison. He's being detained as we speak. All the crimes he concealed back then will be exposed in a court of law for everyone to see, and all his secrets will be revealed. The same goes for you as well.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I'll be spending the rest of my days in a prison cell then.
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
I don't feel the need to justify my actions, nor do I intend to repent for them. I did what I set out to do. I may have lost in the end, but it was my choice every step of the way. And if I could do it all over again... But there's no going back, is there?
Careful, everyone. This environment is dangerous. I'll lead the way.
Sure to stick close and hurry up. We can't let Edgar die.
Looks like I'm almost out of time. Although, I do have one final question, Emily.
Of course, Master.
The combination you used to make your accord. How did you figure it out?
The scent of Auguste is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient consists of a single variety of flower. So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if the scent of the Auguste flower was already imbued with that complexity during its cultivation?
You're saying Yelena designed Auguste to have the scent of multiple flowers?
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Cecilias. The perfumers of the past knew that if you combine their essential oils directly, they would just cancel each other out. It was a conundrum they could never solve. But if you cultivate a new flower species that intrinsically carries the unique features of those three scents, you can bypass that issue entirely. It goes without saying that for that time, this idea was a stroke of genius.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those really do seem like flowers you would choose, Yelena.
Dang. Not long after that, the Eremites rush over. Kyria accepts his fate without saying a word. Dang. It's kind of a dark ending almost. Jeez. Wow. Thus, all the turmoil caused by Auguste finally comes to an end. Wait, what was that last part? A few weeks later, you receive a letter from Emile inviting you to catch up in Fontaine. Oh man, we're in Fontaine now. Well, gosh dang it. Hold on. Boom, boom.
Bombs.
I gotta switch my team now. Fontaine team deploy.
Art is the key ingredient.
Did you know? Miss Emily's releasing a new perfume! Right, I heard about that. I think it's called Yelena.
Oh, she named it after her. Nice.
Seems like everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume you're releasing.
I was hoping to release it without such a fuss, but the news spread way faster than I expected. I just hope it won't become the source of some new myth, especially after all the work we did to demystify Auguste.
About this perfume, did you use the accord from back in Sumeru?
I did, although I made a few modifications to the formula to make the scent more pleasant and long-lasting. I actually brought a few samples with me today. I hope they're to your liking. Also, I was hoping you could try out the fragrance before I officially release it and tell me your thoughts.
Of course! A good sense of taste and sense of smell go hand in hand, you know? Just leave it to Paimon!
Yeah, she'll eat anything.
Oh, it smells great!
I'm not sure that's the kind of feedback she had in mind.
It's alright. All feedback is worth considering. Besides, when it comes to perfume, commenting on whether it smells good is the most straightforward assessment you can ask for. There doesn't always have to be a deeper meaning.
Speaking of deeper meanings, Curia's final question.
Right! Do those flowers have some special meaning? Hearing their names seemed to have an effect on him.
If I had to guess, I'd say it probably has something to do with the language of flowers.
The language of flowers? Oh, we've heard of that before! Paimon remembers hearing something like, the Cecilia represents the true feelings of the prodigal son?
What each flower is said to represent varies by person and across different moments in history. The same is true for the flowers that make up the scent of Auguste. After returning to Fontaine, I did some research, and it turns out the meanings of those 3 flowers can be reassembled to form a single phrase. Forget the past and keep on living. Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena always intended, not the nobility and grandeur most people associate with Auguste.
Or maybe that's what she hoped for her brother.
Do you think Kyria knew about that?
I paid him a visit before his trial and explained what I found, but he didn't seem to care. Who knows? Maybe she didn't mean anything by it at all. That was his response. Yelena is gone. We'll never know what she was thinking. We can look for meaning all we want, but it'll never be anything but conjecture. Even if that is what she was trying to say, I would never be able to forget her. Avenging her death? That was the meaning I chose for my life. Kyria cultivated his revenge like a flower. He was committed to making it bloom, even if in the end, it didn't bear the fruit he was hoping for.
Dang. Kyria.
In any case, he did want me to pass along his thanks. Thank you for saving my life, for giving me the chance to learn that Auguste could have carried a very different meaning. Love and hatred are a privilege of the living. When someone dies, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions die with them. In that sense, what Auguste truly represents in the language of flowers will forever remain a mystery. But even if it's only a conjecture, I would like to believe my own interpretation. The meaning we give to flowers, the symbolism we assign to our perfumes, they're constantly twisted and exploited in our imperfect world. And yet, at the very outset, they're born from the simplest and most beautiful desires we hold in our heart.
That was a good quest. That was a very good quest. Oh, I got the bottle. Tilt the bottle toward the sunlight? Wait, what? I have to try this now. Hopefully it's daytime outside. It is. Where is the sunlight? Right there. So if I temporarily switch this out. I'm confused. Do I have to do it, like, directly at the sun? Good spot to do this. Hold on. Experiment time. Experiment time! This was not the best spot to go to. Hold on. What's a good elevated spot? Here? Okay, it's like high noon because the sun is directly above me. Hold on. Let's go to here. Okay, where's the sun now? There. I have to like, I am confused. Crystal fly. It's worth it. Gosh dang it, stamina. Oh, that's the edge of the world. Dang it. Okay, there's gotta be a good spot to go to here. Here. I was about to say. I'm so confused. I am so confused by this item. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to use that. I'm giving up. Alright, back to my food. I'm giving up! Well, that was a good quest, though. I enjoyed that. I did enjoy that. Okay. Alright, so we have 2 world quests. We could do more of the event, but I can always do that off stream. Because we did all the story for that. So let's go turn in our dailies, and then we will do one of the world quests for maybe another hour or so. And call the stream there.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Add extra applesauce.
Thank you for completing today's commissions.
You're welcome.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Add extra applesauce. Gotta add that extra applesauce. Okay. Alright, now that we got our dailies done. Actually, hold on. Real quick. Save up those intertwined fates. Alright, so now let's go work on this one, because I could probably get this one done first. Although I do need to switch my team for that. That's some leeway, so back to default Klee outfit yet again. Haven't been over here in a while. Go to the watchtower at the wharf. Alright.
We should consider choosing another transportation.
Look, from up here you can clearly see how the water moves faster through those narrows, then slows down again as the river widens out. The Jade must have stopped there. We should find what we're looking for there. Well, Wow, you're such a real whiz kid. Paimon's been wondering though, what's that massive thing in the distance? That huge thing is the Jade Mouth, a legendary jade ring that an Adeptus threw into the water. Oh, but the river curves up around there, so the current should actually speed up. But the river gradually gets wider there. Yeah, so the rapid throw around the bend might have resulted in things being deposited along the convex bank where it widens. There's actually a good chance that the jade is at the bottom of the river somewhere around Jade Mouth. Of course, that's assuming that the course of the river hasn't been artificially altered. Not to mention, there's a fisherman's legend that goes something like jade shall rise from sunken mouth or something like that. Anyway, let's go over and take a look around first. Compared to Little Mal, Paimon feels like she's completely out of her depth. It's because my friend is amazing. She knows everything there is to know about mountains, and she's taught me loads too. That's how I've learned so much. Wow. Okay, figured it out. The outfit is from Overworld Chest, pickups and the leg, meanwhile the constellation is from minigames. Ah, gotcha. Okay. I gotta say the second one. You aren't fit for duty, Mini Pie. As the young master, I am most disappointed. Elurin has the rarefied mountain air of the miasma gun to your head or something. Or does the adeptal energy you used have side effects? You're behaving pretty strangely. Whatever the case, let's go down and get a bamboo raft. Ooh yeah, Jade Mouth, here we come. Mods, get on it. Someone coming aboard. Wait, is that Little Mal? Come, I'll take you. Alright, Boatman, take us to the Jade Mouth. Alright, Jade Mouth it is. The other two, you're tourists? Ah, well, if you're here for sightseeing, there's not many locals who head that way. You could say that, Mr. Boatman. Are there any stories about the Jade Mouth I haven't heard before? Knowing you and how much you love your stories, kiddo, you must have heard them all by now. Tell me more, tell me more. Alright then, well, I've heard it mentioned that Jade Mouth was left behind by Rex Lapis when he marched through here to save the people of Chenryu Vale. Legend has it that to prevent a naval advance from downstream, the local Adepti... You're making it up as you go again, Gramps. There's no way that Leeway's navy came up this river. I've heard that the Jade Mouth was formed by a piece of jade left behind by a giant carb. In those days, a baddie god tried to redirect the river to drown the Millilith stationed on both of the banks in Chenryu Vale, but a giant white snake and a giant carp, who were her subordinates, disobeyed her orders. The giant white... Really? Since they threw the jade war here, the Jade's pinned the river down. Ever since then, we've had no more floods, and everyone can live peacefully on both sides of the river. The giant white snake held up the bad guy while the giant carp... Okay. You might understand a lot, kiddo, but you haven't seen much. Take a closer look. There aren't any crops by this river. See, after it was pinned down by the Jades, it's true that the river hasn't flooded, but that's also meant it hasn't been able to provide irrigation for crops, so what was once a widely generally flowing river is today a narrow, rapidly flowing torrent instead. Such a river leaves no sustenance for the earth on its banks, and of course that also means no people living peaceful lives on both its sides. Paimon gets it now, but did you just say that Adeptus were residing? Gosh dang it, game. And that's how it was. All that time ago, some people believe the first lord of all lords, Axlabus, when Cherry people, other gods and Adepti protected our ancestors. I've heard Grandpa Lou say the tea simmer is actually for the carpet Adeptus who planted our first tree, blah blah blah. Ooh, but aren't these Adeptus meant to be baddies? They were serving under baddie god after all. What the heck was that noise? In some stories, oh, it's that thing. Guys, grown-ups don't remember much. They always try to bluff me. And talking about that friend of yours again. How can such supernatural beings be held to our simple codes of right and wrong? How far we're concerned that other forces that are blessed to protect this land deserve our offerings. There you go again. I'm like speed reading here. Right then, time to get off. We're here. Thanks, Gramps. Gosh dang it, game, making me speed read. As the river really supposed to catch a ride, gosh dang it. Also, thank you for the bonk there, ducky. That must have been one giant Adeptus. Oh, I haven't used this mechanic in a long time. Wait, hold on. How do I... That is so huge. Look at that thing. Man. Oh wait, I'm supposed to go there. Well, here's Jade Mouth, but how are we gonna find all that jade underwater? Also, I can see Dragon Spine. So that's how it is. The spring's cries ripple through the vales. The shrines depart from the northeastern shores. The heights and shallows in the southwest hide. Sun and earth from each other divide. The earth whirlpool that never turns. The beautiful jade concealed within. What's that little mouse singing about? It sounds pretty complicated. It's one of our local folk songs. I heard an old granny singing it as she was gathering herbs. It means if you look out from the center of the river to the banks on either side, you'll see two stone shrines hidden to the northeast and the southwest. These shrines keep the mighty whirlpool in the center suppressed. Paimon understood the last bit, so the jade is all hidden beneath the whirlpool? Yep, sounds like we're going treasure hunting. Hooray! But the area between the northeast and southwest is so huge. After all, in a broad sense, the northeast and southwest of Jademouth can include pretty much the whole world. You're always thinking outside the box, Miss Paimon, but there's no need to worry. I already have an idea where the shrines will be because, well, my friend told me. Come on, let's roll. Hold up for a second. Does anyone else think a giant maelstrom suddenly appearing here might not be too great? Oh yeah, wouldn't they mean that boats will no longer be able to sail in and out of Along Wharf? Oh, don't worry about that. My friend told me that once we've done what we need to beneath, the whirlpool will disappear completely. Otherwise, how would all the old boatmen carry on making a living? Wow, so it's just a smart whirlpool. That's funny. But a considerate one to boot. Let's get going then. Investigate the stone shrines. Wait, huh? What am I supposed to do with this thing? Oh, right. Wait. I'm supposed to find one more, I think. Oh, I'm supposed to lay. Oh, I get it now. Wait, huh? Okay. Kinda confused. Oh, can I only have two lit up at a time? No, wait. Now I have three lit up. I'm so confused how this works. Do I pull this here? And then... Okay, and now the ones on that side are... What the heck? Okay. Now I wonder... I am so confused. I am so confused. Do I have to light them up in a certain order, maybe?
Da, da, da.
There we go. Okay, that was a little confusing, but we figured it out. I had to go big brain on that one. Okay, so now what do I do? Oh, okay, I get it now.
Maybe there's even more buried below. Da, da, da.
That was confusing. Okay. Oh, fun.
Solidify! Order guide you.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Wasn't done. The hunter becomes the hunted.
You're open.
So are you.
There's no...
This is order.
Riptide.
Blazing delight. Pew! Woo!
Goodbye. Goodbye.
What you got, Hammer?
I swear by my sword!
Draw!
You can run, but you can't hide.
Order guide you.
Should replace my hammer.
Lol. Well, my original team's still just as good as it was when I left it. That's always a good thing.
Unsolicited, and all the more valuable for it.
Schlongly. Someone's notes. The spring's cries ripple through the veils, the shrines depart from the... Oh, that's the... Yeah, that's the hint. Okay. You don't have a clue what to do, you've been running around like... Oh, this is the treasure hoarders, probably. Oh, they couldn't figure out the riddle. Good job, guys. Ha ha ha. It's too late now! Oh? Huh. We haven't seen the whirlpool from the song yet. What should we do next? How about giving that adeptal energy of yours a try, Elurin? Oh boy. Huh? Huh? That was it? That was it? No. Oh. Aw? I'm confused. Oh! Never mind. Never mind. Oh, snap. Ooh. Nice. Alright, we opened the whirlpool. Into the water. Ooh, that's cool. That is cool. Look, there's flying fish. Ooh, and a chest. Don't mind if I do. Wait, the Adeptus is down here? Where? Ooh. Uh-oh. Hello.
Stabilize. I will have order. Riptide.
Jumpy, jumpy, go!
Yep.
Maybe there's even more buried below!
The original team is still just as good as the day I left it. Makes me happy. Queegober.
La la la.
My Queegober team still works.
Da da da.
Oh, there's the Adeptus. Where's that chest I saw? Oh, it's right under this set of Adeptus. Okay.
Yay, shiny!
Follow the giant fish. Ooh, teleport. Nice.
Da da da.
What do we have here? Oh! Elurin and Paimon, we meet again, and who might this be? Huh? You've never met before? This is Little Mao. He's helped us so much along the way. No, we haven't met before, but you must be a good child, Little Mao. Hello, and yes, that's me, miss. Are you an Adeptus? You are, aren't you? This is Adeptus Fujin. Thanks for all the help you've given Elurin and Paimon, Little Mao. It really is the legendary Fujin in the flesh. I can't believe this. I've heard so many stories about you, and now I know you're not some kind of big slippery carp, but a lady instead, like a big sister. A big carp? Honestly, what kind of stories have you been listening to, Little Mao? One is indeed an Adeptus, and as such, can take forms as one pleases. This particular form seemed like the most approachable one for conversing with humans. From what you've said, you have a very unique scent, Little Mao. Have you met someone in the mountains before? Someone with golden eyes and a fair complexion, perhaps? Not exactly. Big Sis Fujin, you're not talking about one of your other friends, are you? My friend from the mountains doesn't sparkle like you do, but she's also really cool. She's helped me tons and taught me loads. So it was her after all. Your friend wasn't Adeptus Fujin after all? But Big Sis Fujin's my friend now, isn't she? Of course, Little Mao. I am delighted to have made friends with you. Way to go, Little Mao. Now you've met two Adepti. Traveler's face. Of course. Oh, wait, no. But I've met more. Whoop, whoop. Go me. I win. What the heck? Huh? What? Oh my goodness, Traveler being competitive here, I guess. That is hilarious. Don't worry about him. Anyway, does that mean Little Mao's friend is also an Adeptus? As for whether Little Mouse Friend counts as an Adeptus or not, I'm not quite sure myself. After all, Adeptus is merely a title, and it's hard to say whether Adepti are even people. The word Adeptus is just like any other word, such as hero, villain, or idiot. Idiot. No one is born an Adeptus, and no one should remain an Adeptus forever. That's true. So you've met that friend of Little Mouse that we were talking about, right? Indeed, but it's been a long, long time since I last saw her. So now, I suspect that I don't know her half as well as Little Mouse does. I'm not even sure I still count as her friend. According to what Little Mouse said, his friend wants to restore nature too. I would imagine so. Anyway, I must ask you all to please take this piece of votive rain jade. I had originally hoped it might remain here, the same as it ever was, so I never expected it to grow quite so large. I used to love it so. This rain jade that you mentioned, did it rain down or make it rain or something? Of course not. After the great changes in our geology, the ancestors of the people of Chenriel Vale lost the ability to communicate with the heavens, and lost the guidance of emissaries whose beauty was as pure as moonlight. Henceforth they began to take jade, which glowed as gently as the light of the moon, and cast it into the river. As they did this, they would pray for good omens, for fertile land, and for clement weather, and for the river banks to hold strong. Over time, these rituals grew in power until one day... Says Fujin, what happened next? One day, the long war to become gods who would reign over this world began. Afterward, this tradition lost all its meaning, but though it was forgotten, the name is still passed down over generation. To cut a long story short, this piece of votive rain jade before us was the very last one ever to be thrown. Just as the part above the surface, when commanded by an adeptal art, can be made large enough to stop a flood, its core too has been swollen by the uncontrolled adeptal energy. Much of its power is dissipated into the surrounding area through the spirit veins. This power may have also affected the nearby flora and fauna, attracting and even making aberrations of them. You must be careful. What? As far as I can tell, the adeptal energy that has dissipated nearby should be sufficient to reawaken the hibernating votive rain jade. If this is the case, we're one step closer to achieving our goal of nursing the water and soil back to health. How should I say this? Elurin and Paimon, thank you both. You're doing an amazing thing by choosing to help me, you know. And Little Mao, will you help me too? Will you help out your big sis? Of course, I want to restore nature too. Is that so? Well, that's good. You're very smart, Little Mao. You'll understand everything later. Alright, then let's go our separate ways for now. Once we've retrieved the adeptal energy-filled votive rain jade, we'll meet again by a deep pool shrouded in cloud and mist to the south. The south? Got it. She's gone and disappeared again. Ah, well, let's just do what Big Sis said and restore the voting rain jade's power. Speaking of which, what's it got to do with voting? Lol. See, you're not much brighter than Paimon. It's votive, not voting. Oh, right. It's so complicated. So, since you mentioned it, what does votive even mean? And why is it called rain jade again? Exactly, what does it mean? Oh my gosh. I'm dealing with idiots here. Alright, so we have to collect the scattered adeptal energy, eh? It's probably where those beams are. Also, hilly churls. They're going to die very fast. As I said. That's a big jar. Ooh, crystal flies. Those are always a good thing. Oh, I'm supposed to grab those. Oops. I think. Wait, huh? I only collected one.
La la la.
I'm confused. Am I supposed to do something with those?
Da da da.
Okay, that did nothing. The heck is this?
Gather!
Come back here. Oh my gosh.
Stabilize!
Jumpy, jumpy, go!
Where did he go? Where did he go?
Woo!
Huh? Is that just a dead end? Confused. Think about the what in the hell sword do I give Catbox? Good question. Ask Starry. Not that he'd know either, but... Well, actually, he probably would know, because he builds that character. Wait, what? Huh? Oh. Back here, you silly boar. Holy guacamole!
Solidify!
Wind, hear me.
Sparks and flash! Boing, boing, boom!
Ow! Holy crap!
Lowest one!
Ow. Well, that hurt.
What a pleasant surprise.
It's not done yet. Oh. The heck? Where'd it go? Huh? What? Huh? Huh? Oh. Oh, that was the... Okay. I see now. Oh, boy. Alright. So we got 2 of 4. My Jane is almost dead.
Gather!
Jumpy, jumpy, go! Woohoo!
Order guide you. Riptide! Stabilize!
Blazing delight!
I will have order!
Barbados, guide us.
Where's the last enemy? There you are. What the heck? Game! Yeah, that's what I thought. Get wrecked. Hello, Sealy. Another one? 2 Sealies? 3 Sealies? Oh man, we got the party here. What? Whoa, the water's going down. Am I supposed to do something? Oh, okay. Nice.
Things are going a little too smoothly today.
Well, that was easy. Oh boy. Aim better, Clee. Aim better, Clee. Okay. You can hit it, Clee. I believe in you. No! A little bit back. A little bit more back. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Wait, does that reset it? Oh no. Okay, this is gonna be annoying. I might need to actually get Amber out for this one. Actually, can I even... Ooh, no, wait. Okay. So there's a time limit here. Even though if I'm going to use her on my Quicken team, I'm unsure of what 2 Dendro characters to use in my Bloom team. Should I even potentially build her? I know I want to at some point. A little cat box, but still, it's up to you, Ducky. That is up to you.
So heavy.
Alright, I'm temporarily switching this team because Klee's just going to be too hard to do this with. So, time to break out a character I have not used in a long
At the ready.
time. Hello, Amber. How are you? Nock would be proud of me. And race.
Opening a chest is like unwrapping a gift.
Okay, we did it. Thank you, Amber.
We can help.
Your services are appreciated, Amber. Slimes!
Solidify!
Like, I knew I was missing something there.
La la la.
Amber, Benny, Yanfei, basically any other pyro other than Clean Soul would have been able to do that. Well, any ranged pyro. But yeah. Oh, that was all of them. Nice. Oh, it's flying. Ooh. Huh, seems like the jade's starting to move. That's right, but according to the story, the riverbed should have lots of other, votive rain jades. Why does Big Sis Fujin only want this one? Look, it's shining, almost as if it's resonating with the adeptal energy on you, Elurin. Why don't we try using that power, eh? Oh boy. you do it? Wow, awesome. It suddenly became small. What the heck? Yeah, Paimon didn't think it just changed size like that. Guess it's a millennia-old treasure for you. It's just like you said, little Mao. They could be as tall as clouds or small enough to hide amidst pool and leaf. Yeah, it looks like the motif range aid's in our hands now. You're so reliable, Elurin. Hey, Paimon worked hard too. Doing what, Paimon? No one can agree on what sword to give Catbox other than Nilo's personal sword. Oh, that's a rip. Oof. Miss Paimon's amazing too. So you're going to take us to that deep pool shroud in cloud and mist to the south now, right? Clouds and mist. I think Chenryu Vale really does have places like that. But where? Tell us, little guide, and Paimon will take you there. Do you remember that place Mountain mentioned? The spot where we met? That place is super foggy, and I know of a secret cavern that leads there. Even the other locals don't know about it. It was my friend who showed me the way, and since you're my friend too, Paimon, I'll tell you all about it. Friend in the mountains? Are they connected to Adeptus Fujin? She told me lots of stories, and quite a few of them were about Big Sis Fujin. Well, any friend of yours is a friend of ours. In fact, Paimon hopes we'll meet her on the way. Shall we go? Paimon's gonna take you all to the place you mentioned, little Mao. Right away. Silly Paimon. Yeah, let's do it now. Alrighty then, let's go. Teleport! Rainbow Gems! Oh, wait a minute. Am I supposed to... Nice. That was an easy puzzle. So look, a guy in a boat. Elurin, Paimon! Eek! Mao, look out behind you! Whoa! That's not what I was expecting. Whoa, that's a huge monster. Huh? Oh no, she's my friend. Didn't I tell you before that I had a lot of friends? I just happened to meet her, so I got a hold of her to introduce to you. Well, hello? I'm Elurin, and this is Paimon. She's afraid of strangers. I usually call her Bluey because I don't really know her name. Oh, and don't you worry about that. Elurin and Paimon are great people. They've been accompanying me in my adventures. They're real experts in mountains and forests, too. I know, I've seen. Answer me this one thing. Where did you gain the power to suppress nature? Suppress nature? What do you mean? Plants pursue the sunlight and fertile soil, creating fruit fit for the birds and beasts to consume. The digested seeds are scattered, and those which consume seed and fruit become baits for predators. Thus does everything return to the land. The snake hidden in the branches, the fish in the mountains, and the beasts of the forest. Traveling in the realm of nature is wonderful, so why have you come? Oh, come on, Bluey, you don't have to be so fierce. You raised 2 questions. Our goal is to nurture the soil and the water in Chenryu Vale. And the adeptal energy we use comes from Adeptus Fujin. Exactly. Something is off about Chenryu Vale's natural conditions, so Adeptus Fujin's enlisted our help. If we don't, well, the tea leaves in Huayuing village are gonna turn out worse and worse, and the village itself might decline. That's why she wanted us to perform the Rain Jade Rite, which will restore the area. Rain Jade Rite. I see. You've answered 2 of my questions. You may ask me to also. Huh? Why do we have to do that? Give and take. It is only natural. You have 1 more question. Wait, that counted? Whatever. You ask, Elurin. Paimon, you asked another question. I guess that one didn't count, though. That's fine. Ooh. Little Mouse said that you wanted to restore nature. Do you know Adeptus Fujin? Yes, I do know Fujin. Basically, Adeptus Fujin has asked us to help nurture the soil and water in Chenryu Vale so that the tea leaves in the village will recover their original flavor. The new tea leaves taste better, more like before. Huh? Yeah, more like, whoa, and just like that, she's gone! Don't worry about it, Paimon, she's like that. Sometimes when I'm not looking, she'll just vanish into the shadow of the trees. And then at others, the sun might dazzle me, or the birds might call overhead, and there she is. In any case, guess we're all friends now. Let's hope so. Just don't worry about it, Elurin. Bluey's not that big on politeness, but she always has been like that. Yeah, your friend's pretty strange, little Mal. Is she? Well, for all you know, you're the one who might seem strange to others. I mean, not only can you use adeptal energy to make the moss disappear, but you can also make the golden stone things appear and vanish, and even turn into a carp and fly around like in the stories. You've got a point. That said, Paimon couldn't have imagined that the friend you always spoke of was, well, monster seems a bit rude, and thing might be pretty offensive. That's right, your friend's so blue. No wonder you call her Bluey. Really, Paimon? That's why I've never told anyone. If the adults knew that we were friends, they might lock me up. I don't think that they'd go that extreme. No, not like that. They just wouldn't let me go out, make me wash my face, and force me to read my books. I wouldn't get to play in the mountains anymore. And that's why I've never told anyone, but you're my friend, so it's fine. Anyway, come with me. There's an awesome place I'd love to show you. Aha, hilly churros, prepare to be destroyed.
Gather! You can run, but you can't hide!
Jumpy dumpy!
This is order.
Boing, boing! Who is one?
Nice.
I hope the others find some.
Or hilly churls.
I swear by my sword!
Solidify!
Blow them all up! Jumpy Dumpty go!
Stabilize! Order guide you!
Riptide!
Sparks and flash! Ooh.
Oh, that's why that's why they kept spawning. Interesting.
La la la!
Barbados, guide us.
I will have order!
You can run, but you can't hide!
Nice. That was fun.
More treasure! More treasure!
Gosh dang it, artifacts. Alright, who can I level artifacts on? I'm pretty sure you are all maxed. If I am not mistaken. First artifact, I find that... Oh, okay. I guess Razor's getting picked today. Level 10. Enhance. Good enough. I cannot wait for that artifact update. What is this? Oh, interesting. You're awesome, Elurin. You pushed the moss back just like that, like you did with the smoky cloud. Still, that wasn't there yesterday. This is what they call nature. Don't worry about it. Moss or hilly trails, just leave them all to Elurin. Little Mal, what's this picture about? Originally, I didn't know either, but I figured it out today after hearing Big Sis Fujin's story. This must be the stuff that happened before the mural on Mount Temeng was made. See this? Long, long ago, people were able to talk to the gods and the Adepti in the skies by talking to that big piece of jade in the middle. The emissary of the gods would lead them and protect them. See, that's gotta be this shiny golden person standing in the middle. I bet that was a super amazing person. But later, just like Big Sis Fujin said, something changed, and the people of Shinryu Vale lost their guiding emissary, and they couldn't talk to the heavens any longer. That's how the Rain Jade Rite came about. Huh, your story does make sense. Thanks. What do you think, Elurin? See, now I'm wondering if that was Celestia that they were communicating with through that thing. Interesting. Very interesting. You're a pretty bright spark, little Mal. Come to think of it, our ancestors are pretty amazing themselves, huh? The jades they left to us still have the power to restore nature. For something this old to still be so strong, the past must have been a sweller time than the present, huh? Unsure, because we really don't know about what the heck is going on in this world's history. So I'm gonna say, not sure, but the world marches onward, leaving the accumulated detritus of the past in its wake. Huh, that's a really cool thought. I never thought about it that way. Paimon thinks you're the amazing one, little Mal. We've seen lots of ancient objects, puzzles, mysterious powers, and monsters in our time, but Paimon's never considered this stuff before. Oh, you know what? Not thinking about this stuff at all is pretty awesome too, really. I bet you'll just be like my big sister when you grow up, just having fun adventuring everywhere. Oh, you have a big sister then? Well, we're not blood related, but she worked here in Shinryu Vale for a while. She'd go up to the mountains and run around the rivers, and I'd follow her. We discovered this little cave together. She said that this cave is my Rubicon. Not that I know what that means. Rubicon? Oh my word. I wonder where she's off adventuring nowadays. I can't wait to receive my next letter from her. Yeah, this big sis of yours sure seems like an interesting person. I know, right? Still, Big Sis Fujin needs our help, so let's continue on. Oh, there you all were. Ah, I was worried. Wow, a golden carp! One was quite concerned that the swirling miasmas and fierce beasts that roam might have caused you ill, but one sees that it's not so, and that is good. Thanks to the adept's energy you possess, Elurin, one has been connected to the golden carp here, thus gaining the means to speak with you directly. Elurin, Paimon, Little Mal, please come with me. Oh boy, here we go again. Alright, next time I get to a stopping point, I am probably going to stop and end the stream, but we'll at least see if we can finish this part of the quest out and get to a good stopping point. Follow the fish, follow the fish. Oh, that's cool. We're running on water. Uh-oh.
Gather!
Fine, fine, go!
Nice. Hey look, Tartag is the new Kokomi. Can you believe it? What? Oh. Much time has passed since I last emerged here. This was once a lively place, filled with the aroma of incense. Then the three of us could travel freely across the mountains and rivers. Yes, those days were like flowing water beneath the moon, dark yet sparkling oh so brightly. But enough reminiscing. Thanks to you all, I'm now able to return here and host the Rain Jade Rite. Eh? So you're the person in the mural? Oh, I get it now. That person standing on the mountain hugging that egg, that was you, wasn't it? An egg? Come on now, little Mao, that was precious jade. Casting Rain Jade was a ritual of great power. The votive Rain Jade can calm rivers, improve the weather, but it can also be a thing of death and slaughter. Only the thinnest line separates curses and the adeptal energies that have aided you up till now. That is why I must make sure that the rite does not fall into the hands of those who would do ill. And that's why, yes, that's correct. One was indeed the figure who hugged that egg in the mural. Big Sis Fujin, does this make you pretty, ancient? Yes, it does. Still, I do not like the name Big Sis. It does quite make me feel young. Oh, I do like the name. Well, being called Adeptus is pretty great too, right? Well, certainly. Even if others title me as such, I'm aware that I am hardly the equal of true Adepti like Mountain Shaper and the rest. Still, I am in truth the weakest of my band of friends. I cannot make medicines to save others, nor can I bound across the mountains and plains. Even so, I cannot simply lay the title down. It would have done the people of Chenryu Vale a disservice, I fear. Still, you may call me whatever you wish. After all, we have become friends, or so I would say. In any case, my days of being called an Adeptus are now consigned to history, just like this place has been. Once, the Rain Jade Rite was a day of great celebration, where we would commemorate the Year of Abundance using laughter, firecracker battles, and the beast dances to frighten the ill omens away. This must appear like naught but forgotten ruins to the modern mind. Well, not completely forgotten. That's right, people in the village told us that it was the mighty Adeptus Fujin who defeated the demons and planted the first tea tree. Back on the bamboo raft, Grandpa Lou also mentioned that the offerings of tea were to a certain Carp Adeptus. And wasn't there that opera sung at Willing Wharf about the carp going around killing stuff? Heh, you were so awesome in those stories, Big Sis Fujin. Also, people still do the Woshu dance, you know? You said it yourself, the definition of an Adeptus is... Also, putting definitions aside, you're our friend, Fujin. That shouldn't be constantly fretting about the you shouldn't be constantly fretting about the right and stuff. You should live happily, like we're companions on an adventure. That's right, we're on an adventure together. Right, yes, you're right. Thank you. That was well said. Indeed, I was the one who asked you all for help. It wouldn't do it all if I just continued wallowing in the past, now would it? In any case, I'll need your help to prepare for the rite itself. Have you encountered any sacred simulacra in your adventures? Those were ritual spirits, often used by people in ancient times to protect their homes. There should be some nearby. Elurin, Paimon, Lil Mao, please help me put the simulacra in their proper places. That way we can restore the spirit veins using the Rain Jade Rite. Leave it to us. I will. I have faith in you. I believe this might be the final step of the quest, and I can now go into the area that is dark for me. And I can still walk on water, apparently. Wait, investigate. I hadn't... Huh? Oh. Oh, hello. Wow. Nice. Okay, well there's that one, I guess. Nice. One of two. Ah. Is that some sort of riddle? Number 3. Okay, so now I have to go over, to this island. I see. I see. What to do over here? Okay, so there's that, but how do I get that? Oh. Nice. That was easy. Sacred simulacra are all ready. Thank you both. The votive rain jade has been returned to its priests, and the statues have come back to their rightful places. The rain jade ray is now ready to be performed. Oh, will Chenryu Vale really recover once you cast the rain jade in? That's right, things will get better for us, little Mao. Nature, jade, humans, all is divinely dictated. The changes in the land and water in Chenryu Vale, the malicious fog and the spirit veins, they're all essentially a sign of the earth moving against the flow of time. Huh. Yeah, so that miasma-like thing is a manifestation of environmental disorder? That's right. You can think of it like Chenryu Vale's attempt to, how to put it, return to nature? And what we intend to do here is treat the land and soil and rid it of the sickness. Return to nature. After all, before humans left their caves and mountains to dominate the world and regulate nature, before Chenryu Vale or Bishui River got those names, the land, mountains, and rivers had their own order. Even I sometimes miss the cool mountain streams and the great rivers that would ebb and flow with the seasons. I mean, I was once a mere fish that swam. But if we let nature seize control of its order once more, the people of Chenryu Vale will suffer and languish. I hope you can understand. Yeah. In that case... Oh snap. I still think this is totally teasing Celestia stuff right here. What the heck? Huh? Did it work? The thing in the fog right just now. It seems I'm too feeble in my current state. Huh? We got the votive rain jade. Votive rain jade. Well, you placed the simulacra, but it still wasn't enough? I'm very sorry, this is not your fault. I need more power to overcome this trial. Just as the adeptal energy in the votive rain jade has dissipated into the spirit veins, so has my power also left me across the long years. Huh? Will you grow really big just like the jade? Probably not. Just think about it though. Super Adeptus Finjin, now 3 times the size. Well, is there any way we can restore your power? The golden carp? Ah, Elurin, you are wise indeed. Before you found a few golden carp, I could not even muster the strength to appear. Initially, I thought that we just needed to gather all the ritual implements, and that would make up for the deficiency in my power. I was not entirely open with you before, but neither the present nor past me was anywhere near a match for the Adepti of the South. I feared you would consider me weak and unworthy of your help. Gee, is that it? Paimon thought you'd have something more important to say. Eh? There's no way we'd abandon or not make friends with you just because of that. That you are my friend has nothing to do with your status as an Adeptus. My friend told me lots of stories about you. In my mind, even though we've just met, we're already friends, and I also want you to be happy, Big Sis. Alright. Thank you, all of you. Well, that's more like it. So, where should we start looking for these golden carp? I believe that you'll have to go to Yayodia Valley. There will be a cavern there with a golden carp hidden within. Oh boy. And where is that? All the way back there. Alright, we're probably gonna end here. Yeah, we're gonna end here. Alright, folks. Well, it has been fun. We got a bunch of Genshin done. All I have left is the world quest, which, like I said in my previous Genshin stream, worst case scenario, I can always do those off stream if I can manage to pry myself away from Final Fantasy 14. But yeah, so I think we will just end here. We got the final story quest of the game unlocked. We did a bunch of world quest stuff, not all of it, but a bunch of it. And yeah, I feel like that's a good spot to end. So we will get to our... Oh, hold on, I gotta switch my team. Actually, you know what? I feel like ending underwater in a spot I haven't ended in a while. If I can remember where it is. Oh yeah, over here. Actually, you know what? I haven't done this in a while either. Whee! So fun to do. Alright. Alrighty, everybody. Well, it's been a fun time. More fun adventures in Genshin. Next time I stream this game will be on the 28th, where we will be doing a 12-hour stream of Natlan exploration, which I am super excited for. So yeah, for all you Genshin fans, stay tuned for that. It's gonna be fun. And our next stream will be Saturday, where we will be doing Final Fantasy XIV. We'll be doing the expert trials, or expert dungeons, sorry, and the raids for post-on trail. So stay tuned for that on Saturday, and more Genshin next Wednesday. Until then, let's stick around and find someone to raid and show some love to on Twitch.